Hello, freak bitches. How'd the pedophiles get in control of AI?
The pedophiles.
Come on. Say hi to people. Oh.
Hi.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the sweetest dog in the world.
Seriously.
People have been asking for him to be on the show forever. He'll do the rounds. He'll go to you. Hi, what are you doing in here? Everybody for years. I had a whole series on my Instagram page of people doing the OK sign.
Of course.
Including me back when I had earrings.
Yeah.
In the news radio days.
And the other thing is, we're at a point now where it's more easy to give the finger to someone than to say okay.
Yeah, because you blur the finger out and nobody cares.
Yeah.
But if you do that, like, oh, what is he doing?
What does it mean?
He's touching his fingers. You can't even do like you're holding a joint because that's like a white power joint. Like, if you're like doing that, like a roach, that's bad. That's bad. How do you have to use a roach clip? No, it's a ploy by the roach clip industry. She was drunk, and I was just trying to avoid her. And she goes to me, "You think you're all fear factor." She got in my face with this fucking thing and the fingers moving. "You think you're all fear factor." Listen, bro, I feel what you're saying. And I was only fucking around. I was filling some dead space where we're trying to recalibrate our reality due to your circumstances and your story being paradigm shifting. Joe, you're so fucked up. I'm not that fucked up. Listen, I want to tell you, Matt.
Man, I'm giving you a shout out. I love you.
Pressure
we
of
love
your
each
own
other.
person.
We love each other.
Oh, no gay stuff. This is a late night podcast. There's a lot of dudes that are listening to this in the shower. Matt Ruskin, I didn't do this to be mean. I just did this because that's my nature. I am the scorpion, you are the frog. This is how shit goes down. Have you ever watched a rodeo and felt sorry for the bulls?
What's that?
Nothing. So originally taurine was extracted that way, but it is an ingredient in bull semen.
Okay.
So the taurine in Red Bull probably doesn't come from bull semen, but taurine is in bull semen.
Okay.
So Hitler was getting his taurine right from the tap.
From the
You
source.
think he just sucked the bull's dick? The best way is to suck upon it.
Suck the dick!
You get it from the tap when it is fresh. It is 700% more potent. The Fuhrer just gets down there. They hold the bull back with straps and buckles. It's kicking. And Hitler gets his sloppy Nazi mouth right over that fat bull hog. And that is apparently the origin of that upper lip mustache. That upper lip mustache was to catch all the succulent drops when he's choking on jizz.
The flavor savor.
And that giant bull dick is pummeling the back of his throat and fills it up. That when he comes out of his nose, because a lot of the jizz comes out of his nose, that's just enough mustache to catch the jizz. So that's why he had that mustache. A lot of people don't know. Imagine if women had dicks and men had pussies and we were just really into big dicks. Dude, that's just as possible. That's entirely possible. Isn't it entirely possible that all these futurists, all these technological innovators, they all see the same end game? But isn't it entirely possible? I mean, it's entirely possible. I think it's entirely possible the Clintons are murderers. I think it's entirely possible. And people like John Anthony West and yourself and some other folks like Graham Hancock are proposing that it's entirely possible that there were many different eras of construction in Egypt. And it's entirely possible. And I think it's entirely possible that Lee Harvey Oswald Well, you can't be good at everything.
Yeah.
That's a fact. It's not possible. If you had a magic wand and someone said you could do whatever you want to fix this, what would you do? Like if you were the king of the world, said, Ed, what are we going to do? Let's say you become president. You going to become president? What do you think?
I think we got a shot at it.
Got a shot. All right. President Bernie, what do you do? So fascinating. Yeah, I've always thought that was fascinating. It really is fascinating. That's fascinating. There's actually a fascinating documentary. This stuff is so unbelievably fascinating. It's like I look at things that are fascinating to me. Absolutely fascinating. Roosevelt, fascinating. I'm fascinated by wolves. I'm so fascinated by animals. So fascinated. That is a fascinating book. Alaska is a fascinating place. The mind is a fascinating solution. That's fascinating. It's really fascinating, man.
Prison doesn't begin and end at the gate. Prison is in the mind. It's locked in one world that's dead and dying, or it's open into a world that's free and alive.
Hold on, this guy sounds like me.
Yeah, that didn't sound that crazy.
Dude should have a podcast. Well, do you know the story of Fritz Haber, right? The guy who
Yes.
that's one of the really cool things, this Dan Carlin thing on the history of the Mongols. To the risk of repeating myself over and over again, which I do all the time, but when you eat marijuana, it's processed by your liver, and it produces something called 11-hydroxy metabolite. Smell is a weird thing, man. It's really weird that we all accept that there's some invisible shit that we can take in with a hole in our face. And what I say is the fart theory. And the fart theory is if someone farted and you couldn't smell it, you'd have no idea that there's something around you. It's totally, completely invisible. But if someone farts, you fucking smell it. But if you didn't have a nose, you'd be just sitting in someone's stench. How do we not know that there are an infinite amount of things that we just can't detect? I have a theory on that. It's called the fart principle.
I had no understanding of how that principle could relate to this, but I'm all ears.
Well, this is why. This is a bad example. But it's not a bad one. If you fart and you didn't have a nose, no one would know. If we didn't have a sense of smell, we could still get along in this life.
No, I agree.
If there was a way to visually see if food was
It's not
rotten,
an individual hallucination. They're all seeing it.
But what I'm saying is it's entirely possible that there's multiple dimensions or multiple things that we can't perceive that we don't have the senses for.
No, I kind of
pull this thing like right up like a fist from your face. There we go.
I always do battle ropes.
Just take a look at how.
Pull this microphone up to your face. Keep it about a fist from your face.
All right.
That's basically what
Try to keep this like a fist from your face. Pull this microphone like a fist from your face. There we go. Grab this mic and keep it like a fist from your face. That's a good reference point.
This is good.
Perfect. One. Boom. And we're live. Saddle on up to that microphone, young lady.
Especially the comics where they go and they get that sitcom.
Grab that microphone.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Universal basic income. This is what this is all about.
Yes. Yeah,
Jamie.
that's what my campaign for president is all about.
It's Springfield, Missouri.
Talk in the microphone.
It's in Springfield, Missouri.
Yes.
I read The God Delusion in preparation for this. Can you pull that microphone right up to your face? Just get it about a fist away from your face. You don't have to move.
Okay.
The microphone will move for you.
Okay.
Psychedelics give me hope. For real.
Yeah.
Not joking. It sounds ridiculous because people associate psychedelics with non-realistic things, with hallucinations. They don't look at it the way I look at it.
I'm weighing with, okay, do I try it or do I not? Or
if you wanted to do something, what I would recommend is going to Peru and doing like an ayahuasca retreat. Do one of those.
after you recommended for me to do ayahuasca, I'm sitting at the table one time, Joe, and people are like, well, why are you down here? You know, I'm like, oh, well, a good friend of mine had suggested to go. And I had mentioned your name, and they're like, but Joe's never done ayahuasca. And this is before my first drink, and I'm thinking, what the hell? I just took advice. I'm all the way in the Amazon.
I'm like, Amber, you should go to Mars.
Yeah, like what?
N-dimethyltryptamine, which is the active ingredient in ayahuasca. Have you done that? Alex, have you ever done DMT?
No.
Do you want to? You've done regular DMT too, right?
Yes.
Does the experience mirror taking synthetic 5-MeO DMT? Have you ever had psychedelic experiences? I had a crazy dream last night that was, I had DMT trip in my dream. So if you just fed DMT synthesized to sheep, it wouldn't be toxic. What I'm going to tell you about is your brain produces a chemical while you're sleeping.
But I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna be honest about it.
You actually are the one that turned me on to it, the DMT.
The story of Moses in the burning bush to the acacia bush and the acacia tree, which is rich in DMT.
You know, once I did, I wanted to do it again and again and again. And they said, you shouldn't do it too much, Mike. But I was like, man, I got to, you know.
I don't think you should listen to the people who say you shouldn't do it too much. I think you should do it as much as you want.
That's what I agree with, too.
Yeah.
I agree.
You could handle it.
So my whole life, since I was about, my first memories were every night was a DMT trip. So I basically, I don't want this to sound arrogant, it's not. I've seen everything. Listen, we all know about Jerry Epstein, okay? And that
I don't know about Jerry Epstein.
That was the Lolita Express. Just Google that. And
what is that?
Bill Clinton was like on 20 flights. First it was 7.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
To
now
this
I know
pedophile
who you're
island
talking
that has
about.
a
Yeah.
temple in it. And then he was also flying to this Middle Eastern country with this sheik that's an admitted pedophile with multi-million-dollar checks and Bill Clinton on the plane. And Bill Clinton's a known sexual predator. Okay, so all this stuff's going on, and so they start bringing up lawsuits against Donald Trump with Jane Doe's claiming he'd been with Epstein, even though there's no proof in the law, because they make you log even on private jets. None of it was ever true.
So there's this place, Bohemian Grove, and the idea was that all the elites would go there and they would engage in these occult rituals.
This is in America?
Yeah.
There does seem to be, amongst the American ruling elites, there does seem to be a proclivity for ritual.
So Alex films these people worshiping Moloch the owl god.
There's a photo of it there.
There it is.
This is real.
Yeah.
I mean, they really do have a giant owl, and they really do burn some sort of a sacrifice in front of this owl. This is real.
Right.
Like, this isn't, like, you hear things like that, you're like, well, that's nonsense, right?
Because, you know, we went in separately because Alex got it into his head that maybe I was part of the Bohemian Grove.
Oh, you're
plot.
like deep inside.
Yeah, like the Wicker
Yeah.
Man, that I was like luring him in, and he would be the one sacrificed in
yeah.
the belly of the owl.
Oh, no.
So he went in separately to me. He went in via the undergrowth.
But when you see that video, you have to go, okay, what is this?
It's been in the newspaper that the cell towers are being used for mind control. That sounds like a schizophrenic.
The significance of the research, he explained, is that although the cell phone power is low, electromagnetic radiation can nevertheless have an effect on mental behavior when transmitting at the proper frequency. What is this article, Jamie?
Scientific American. Okay.
Okay,
Remember
5G
how I
is the
told you
new
there was a
internet
BBC
protocol.
article in '96 about human-animal hybrids with pigs and cows?
Yes.
You got to make you part cow so the cow keeps you, doesn't reject it, or part pig.
MIT Technology Review estimates that about 20 pregnancies of pig-human or sheep-human chimeras have been established during the last 12 months in the U.S.
Total whitewash.
Listen,
2016.
I 100% believe it. China has made pig-monkey hybrids. Alex Jones says they're doing pig humans.
Yeah.
I bet he's right. I guarantee he's right.
And I've talked to hundreds of people now, not on air, but I'm going to make a film on this, who've taken ayahuasca and DMT. I've not taken it, and for obvious reasons. And it's unbelievable because, I mean, they 100% in San Francisco is the main project site. Literally have an alien base, and they are literally communicating, and they've got like astronaut level people taking super hardcore levels of drugs and going into meetings with these things and making intergalactic deals.
And Rick and Andrew have together developed a technology for releasing DMT into human volunteers in a very slow drip that will keep them in the DMT state, if they wish, for hours on end. And the intention is to use this technology to explore and map the DMT realm.
It's like 34,000 of them.
Yeah, there was a lot of fucking Nazi scientists brought over
On
here.
YouTube, it says Operation Paperclip was anywhere from like 1,200 to 1,500 scientists.
Search engine, the total number of admitted congressional hearings in the 1970s.
Operation Paperclip.
Frank Church Committee in the 70s released it. I believe the number's 34,200 and something. Look it up.
That's why we grabbed those Nazis. We were like, if we don't get them, the Russians will.
I get it. And the Germans, actually, some of their scientists went to the Russians.
Technology, operations, all of that was to beat back the Russians.
Remember when the Russians tried to build their space shuttle and it was half the size?
Mm-hmm.
That was actually the German plan.
The defectors, or those who come over from the other side, who we learn from, and they just disappear they disappear as sort of the CIA's version of witness protection.
Just like I told you, they gave people syphilis. You pulled it up.
But it is fascinating that they brought those people over here, and that's where the space program came from.
That's why I wore this shirt, not as a sick joke. They already have the CIA that was OSS. Okay.
The CIA is OSS?
That's all on record.
Okay.
I'm glad you questioned me.
No,
Hey,
but I
type
don't
in
know what that
precursor
means.
CIA.
What is OSS again?
Office of Special Plans. Or Office
That was before the CIA, and then the CIA
OSS,
came
Office
up.
of Strategic
Sort of
Plans.
like,
The Office of Strategic Services.
what is this right here? You bringing it up, Jamie? Jamie, pull up some video of Al Jolson in blackface.
But since you brought up the Al Madrigal
Pull up
thing,
Hermaphrodite. Find out if that's
Yeah.
true. I need to know.
I much prefer yours is too.
What the fuck is this, Jamie? The Korean grandmothers who sell sex. How do you pull these up so quick? And what do you have on tab? How strange is it that we put like a monetary value on actual life itself? Wow. It's just such a strange concept.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up. Pull it up. Jamie, pull up. Well, Jamie, pull up that video. Pull it up, Jamie. So he has to do it.
Look that shit up, Jamie.
Pull it up so we can see it. So he has to do it. 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 Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Jamie, pull that video up. Yeah, Brian, pull up how Earth sounds from space on YouTube. Come on, man. Type this shit in. You don't know that it's impossible.
Way more people butthole.
Never get viruses. I have no issues. It's a little more expensive. Yes, it is. You're
Steve
right.
Jobs didn't die from a virus, Joe.
Are guys that do reenactments just gay hunters?
Gay hunters?
Yeah.
How's that work?
You know, like the Civil War guys. Like, what do they do? Like the gay ones, like do reenactments, or who does these reenactments?
It's not gay people. It's just people who are war nuts. What do you think? Why do you think they're gay?
Because
it's
they're
like
dressing
theater?
up. Yeah, they're dressing up in makeup and stuff like that. They're, hey, all right, this time let's go around this side and we'll.
Would you take AIDS-ridden loads on your face?
It depends on if the guy was white or black.
But that was the.
What exactly are trans fats?
I think trans
That's
fatty
fats
acids.
with penises.
No, I think trans. You look under a microscope. You look under a microscope.
Brian just knocked it out of the park.
You know what they should do? Instead of having tasers,
awful.
they should have
Yeah,
like
it
little,
hurts.
they should have little necklaces with like little vials that are just like filled with AIDS blood, and then everyone knows what that is. And so if somebody's attacking me, like, hey, I got my AIDS blood.
When we all know this, we all knew this growing up. Who were the sluttiest girls? Catholic school girls.
Fuck, I was gonna say black, but
when I was growing up, the sluttiest girls were the girls.
You know what he's like? As if this is a contradiction in terms. He's like a really bright retard. You know, is this retardo Montalban over here?
You know, English people write things different.
World, it's spelled WROLD instead of WORLD. Yeah, like wrong.
Did you just make that up?
I always I say world, and everyone gives me shit.
So you make that up?
No.
It's not spelled W-R.
No, yeah, I made it.
You
up.
made that up.
Yes.
You motherfucker. There's words that come out like say world. Say world.
World.
What the fuck is that?
Do you ever draw pictures of what you want your baby to look like or anything weird like that?
No, who does that?
What the fuck, Brian? Brian is like the oldest child I've ever met in my life.
You want to see my drawing of Muhammad?
No.
Yeah, this is right there.
That's Monster Brian. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. You're probably not even allowed to do that.
Yeah, if I said that's
probably like
it, right?
some sort of a thing that you
I
cut
meant
your face
Muhammad
off
Ali.
for. Oh, there you go. What we're saying about Building 7 or the other building, like terrorists could have done it. I mean, I guess they could have, but how the fuck are they going to get in there and put all those explosives in? It's
One
like, it takes a
dynamite
lot.
up a time. Those red sticks of dynamite, one up a time up your ass. I mean, you're working the fucking thing 5 years. Every day you're fucking putting it into this closet.
My ex-girlfriend had a perfect circle tattoo, and I always had to look at it every time.
Did you have a jizz on it?
Yeah, because it was
Nice.
right on her butt. So every time
I'm not very comfortable with this conversation.
Kiyoshi no Tanda no Hoto.
Nice try. What did you just look up?
Hot for teacher.
What is that?
It's from gangster movies. It means who do you think you're talking to?
My real name's Jacob. Of course, all listeners, you don't know my true name. Not my true name's Tito, but my real name's Jacob, my birth name.
And
Do you have a
Jake-
true and a real name? I only have a real name.
I have a fake name.
What's your fake name?
What's your stage name?
Burbank Bad Boy Brian Redband. Yeah.
Oh, you're doing a wrist lock as well. Oh, I see.
What?
Did you tap too soon?
You just came on me.
Outrageous.
I'm going to dinner with my girlfriend.
Oh, snap, son.
Olive Garden? Yeah.
How
let's-
dare you? The
yeah,
one
right.
fucking day
What
there
do you
was no
think, I'm
Olive
loaded?
Garden reference. This cunt.
Oh, no, it's
He
cheap.
snicks
I'm
it
not- no, I'm
in.
kidding.
How many? Seriously, how many podcasts do you think you've said Olive Garden in?
When was the last time you were at the Olive Garden?
The last time?
Yeah.
You motherfucker! You did it.
I would have to go there for me to be my first time.
Oh, you have never been.
Do you like the breadsticks and salad at Olive Garden?
Brian, you had to.
So what do you think about the Olive Garden?
You dirty freaks. We'll see you soon.
Bye, love you.
Olive Garden.
They're occupying everywhere.
Occupy Olive Garden.
No, you meant to say
We
Olive
never
Garden.
came up with the Olive Garden.
No, Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Olive Garden. So then I went to Olive Garden.
That has to suck, though, that constant paranoia almost. Like you're at, Olive Garden and you think somebody's going to shoot you.
Like I said, I'm not like everybody's out to get me, but it's like.
That's no. How dare you?
Is that the joke?
That's my earliest headshot. I was 20 years
Put up
old.
a link.
Right there.
Come to the
Olive Garden.
When was the last
That was
time?
days
When was
ago.
the last time you went to Olive Garden?
Last Sunday.
Be honest.
Seriously, last Sunday.
Be honest.
Last Sunday.
All right. That's what you want to stick to the story?
And I went with somebody that's never been there before, and it was their first time, and they had prejudged.
I don't really want to talk about the Olive Garden, you guys. Are you fucking kidding me here? Why are you obsessed with sevens? Like, why is your shirt?
It came from the JRE.
Oh,
I start talking, by the way, I'm going to start talking and like dropping a 1 or a 0 in normal conversation just to put code into actually communication. One time we were talking about how we were in a simulation theory and how everything's made out of 1s and 0s. And I said something like, I'm going to hack it. I'm ready to start saying 7s or something. I can't even remember what it was.
It's not 7, dummy. It's 1 or 0.
Yeah, because
right?
he can't do anything now because it's been over, 7 years?
Like what you said, there's like 5 guys or something like
7.
that. Yeah.
How many would it be before you just got work?
Like 7.
7/8.
Yes, there's 7/8 Timberwolf and 1/8
Two
Husky.
kids?
No, he does not have kids.
Okay.
But
make sure it's the monostat. Bring the monostat.
That's 7.
I could buy. I've never smelt a bad fucking pussy.
You know what I'm saying? Like we don't have an agenda. There's no agenda.
But it will be a utopian, beautiful place.
It's impossible that they're going to be abducted by aliens. And so when they're sleeping, which is when all these fucking things take place.
I have a 7 on my shirt, do you?
I don't know. I might. I don't give a fuck. How about that?
No, you don't. You have a 7 on your hat?
Brian.
Because I was like going through the cupboards trying to find sugar.
Really? Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was,
That's
but I don't
crazy.
remember any of it.
How long were you keto for?
7 months.
Oh, that reminds me, Joe. I got you a present when I was in Avian. I brought it for you.
I'm scared to open this. What is it? It's dudes with their hard dicks in their pants.
Oh, let me see.
You think you're funny? Is that what it's supposed to be funny?
Look at their boners sticking through their underwear.
Why you paid money for this? You really wanted this. This is one of those things. Oh well, if you don't want it, I'll take it. But it's good artwork. We're gonna bring you with Brian in between all of your climbing. You're gonna hang out with Brian and all of his porn star friends.
Does he have porn star friends?
Oh yeah. He dates porn stars. And
Oh yeah.
Kid's a mess.
Oh, I can introduce
In all
you
the
to
best
some
ways.
girls. They would like you.
They would.
Yeah.
They would
You
molest
climb
you.
up and down them.
Yeah. What I think is the most impressive style of artwork, that reproduction of portraits. Yeah,
Freaks me out.
It really does.
I saw this.
Yeah.
No, I saw this girl last night that had her father on her arm as a child, though, and it was just this little child on her arm, and I'm like, has anyone ever tried to is it messy? Is it weird when people are like I tried to make him blink, like as a baby and like fuck her with the face, and it's like, is that weird to you? And she goes, no, this guy's cummed on it before, and I made him lick it off, and I'm like, what? Like that's just crazy. Like those realistic tattoos.
Whoa.
I
Okay, Brian.
Damn. A metal ring.
You went real close to murder.
Now, mind you,
She got McGriddled.
He opened murder's door.
Nah, before anybody says nothing, before anybody says.
I have to get out of here.
Get out of here, bitch.
I love you guys.
We would support the fuck out of you, all right? Come back again, all right? Don't get too big for your britches for us.
Oh, what are you saying?
I'm saying don't.
She said
I
that
don't
means
mean
don't gain
you
weight.
can't say that for a girl. A girl, you can't say that. A guy, you could say, don't get too big for your britches, and they're like, I got it.
Yeah.
Girl.
Joe, did you hear what happened on America's Got Talent?
What
With the guy that stole material?
The comedian, Greg Wilson.
Greg Wilson. Apparently, he stole a bit, and it just so happens that the guy's bit was the fucking warm-up guy.
Yeah. I mean, if you do like the dick pills and use the ZMA like I've been doing,
I do not do those crazy. If I was gonna do a dick pill, I would get the real chemical. I think you're taking a crazy gamble. But I mean, what could it be that your dick doesn't work without that stuff? Is that possible?
I think with dick pills, it's better to burn out than to fade away.
I mean, obviously, it wasn't going to be if John Jones didn't test positive for something.
Right, I get it.
But because he did.
He probably took boner pills because they have all that shit in them.
So I took an off-brand Cialis pill.
Off-brand.
I've never seen these
Brian
rhinoceroses.
is known for his love of the boner pill. He is what you would call a boner pill connoisseur. Right, but didn't you think there might be some sketchy shit? Some Chinese gas station rhino dick pill?
What do you know about the rhinos?
My friend Brian called it. He was on the podcast. He said, John likes to party. I bet he took one of them dick pills.
That's funny.
He called it.
Yeah. Well, he was on.
I have a really dumb, stupid what if MMA question for you. What if Anderson Silva put on right before the weigh-in? He put on like really heavy mercury fillings in his mouth. Is that legally? Like,
why would you do that?
Just so he could make weight without actually being.
The fuck out of here!
No, I mean, but legally, could he?
You know how big those fillings you'd have to be.
No, I mean, if he had like
that
one
is the ultimate O'Brien moment. Look, no one could stop you from taking a big lead pipe and stuffing it up your ass to make weight.
So
if you could
so why don't they do that?
Lead up your ass. Because nobody wants to get heavier. They want to be lighter.
No, but somebody like that doesn't want to put on the. I guess so.
What are you talking about?
All right.
Brian, you're confusing the shit out of me because you're posing this as if it's a real question.
Well, you would take it out right after weigh-in. At night,
How could you take it out?
Why are you answering him, Joe Rogan? What the fuck is wrong with you? Someday you're gonna shoot this fucking kid, and the cops are gonna come, and you're gonna go, I shot him, and they're gonna go, we heard the podcast. We're gonna hear the shooting to put another fucking bullet in him. Why are you answering him? If it's 2 PM and you ain't high, go fuck yourself. Get out of my face. I want you around me like I want cancer in my ball sack. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come around here looking at me with your fucking wide eyes, thinking that I'm gonna reform. Go fuck yourself. My morning starts at 5:30 a.m. Either you're there or you're square. You know what I'm saying? I hate that fucking red shit. Don't put it close to me. Don't put it around me. It's either blue cheese with wings or go fuck your mother. That's the next shirt. All right, please.
GHB.
GHB.
Yeah.
And she'd bring it to the comedy store, and I'd be hosting on Sundays, and she'd give me drinks of the GSP, whatever the fuck.
GSP.
I think fucking Stiopic would fucking rack him. You pissed that motherfucker off from Cleveland, and he'll fuck Brock Lesnar. Because he'll say it. You better do the fucking steroids. Stiopic is crazy. I love that motherfucker. Miocic, I love him. He's got that immigrant mentality. Bring him on.
Bro, give him more steroids.
Give him more fucking steroid. What's that?
You want another?
Born in America.
Yeah, whatever the fuck he is. But his name is Miocic. Okay?
Definitely born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, but whatever.
He's got that fucking crazy blood in him.
Who's he supposed to fight?
He's supposed to fight that fucking Khabib. And story. So Freddie came up to me at the comedy store one day. He goes, hey, man, Mark Babbitt's looking for feature. Send him a tape. I refuse to send the tape, especially if I'm at the motherfucking comedy store. Okay? I'm not sending you no fucking tape. I'd rather know where I stand than get fucked with. That's the leg I'm talking about. Really? You need a tape of me. You just saw him at the store. What the fuck do you need? If I'm good enough for Mitzi Shore, why do you want a tape? Who the fuck are you in your fucking shit town to want a tape from me? I'm at the fucking major league of fucking comedy. The comedy store. You called me and you want a tape? Go fuck yourself. I'm not sending you a fucking tape.
We got down, Joe Diaz. We went deep. We just kept smoking.
We just fucking smoked. This didn't do shit to me.
What?
You got to break out the yay weed when I come up here, dog.
What are you talking about?
Brian, that weed we just smoked. Don't do shit to me. If you make me drive 40 minutes up here, you got to get me stoned, bro. That Susquehanna weed, I've been telling you about that shit.
Susquehanna?
Yeah, you brought that shit to the ice house, too. That shit don't do nothing to you.
You're so crazy.
It's true.
You need to go to a doctor.
What the fuck, dog? You got to bring out some strong fucking weed, guy.
What are you talking about?
That shit don't
It
do
is
nothing
strong.
to you, dog. You got to bust out some good weed, dog. Enough is enough with this shit.
Joey, it's the
you
best.
walk around like Jack
It's the
Herrera
best
and you got
weed
some
you
shit
can
fucking
buy.
weed. No, it's not. Look at my fucking eyes. Do I look high to you, guy?
Yeah, you look high as fuck.
Because I smoke on the way. Because I knew you were gonna give me that Susquehanna fucking weed.
And the idea is that, like, really, why do we have to have this giant fucking footprint of house that we live in? You know, and this
Because
guy-
you're getting paid, bitch. If I want to live in a fucking cell, I'll live in a fucking cell like a monkey. I'm going to live with a fold-up bed like I'm James Bond, like some fucking Puerto Rican that gets a check on the 5th. Go fuck your mother. If you're getting paid, you live in a fucking house. I'm going to live in a micro fucking house with a little kitchen to cook like I got a black guy banging me in the fucking ass. I don't need that. You spread out. Even me, I'm no millionaire. I got a big fucking kitchen, a micro house. What are you fucking people talking about? A fucking house with a bed upside down?
No.
Fuck that shit.
That's not what I'm talking about.
To save energy. Fuck you. You get paid, you fucking live like a normal person. Go to Trump and say, hey, wig, move into a fucking thing to save energy. See if you don't dick slap you. If you don't have a Russian bitch slapping you in the fucking mouth.
You're
What are you
fired.
talking about? The fuck are these people with micro houses in the fucking desert? You play it out to the world ends like a doctor. And our friend Mike was selling weed. But at one time he worked at CAA. And he goes, listen, one of the interns over there, he blew up. He ended up being Whitney Houston's manager. And, and the tour manager. And he's looking for powder. So every day they would come over and I would sell Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston. They would come over with like $1,100, which was per diem money. I was taking Whitney's per diem money, right? Every day they come over with a little white envelope and give me the per diem money. And I'd go up to the Martel cartel and I'd buy 14 grams of blow, take an 8-ball out and cut it and then give it to Whitney Houston. I get a call on a Monday morning after the Grammys at 9 in the morning. And they're like, is your boy up? He'd have to be. Come get me. And they pull up to my fucking house where I live by the YMCA. And it was the manager, Whitney Houston, and Ricky Martin in the fucking back. And they're all going. They're going from the Grammys. That jaw, all them jaws are fucking going, Jack. And I got in the car with them. I drive to the Martel cartel. I'm sitting there like, I don't even know it's Ricky Martin. I just looked out the window. I was more paranoid than he was. I got in, bought it, brought it back to the car. They drove. That's the last time I fucking seen him.
Did you ever have a girl you dated kill herself?
No. They should have. After I put that fucking helmet, ratted chlamydia fucking dick in you, you should kill yourself. You should kill yourself the first time and when you get to your destination.
Did you steal my change jar in the late 90s?
Probably did, right?
No, I don't steal a fucking change jar. A fucking change jar? What's a change jar?
Is this like the thought that you had in your head?
Out of the fucking blue.
He was just talking about robbery. He was just thinking about the 90s and where we lived on Crocheron, and there was a fucking change jar. I go, that probably is fucking... I called you Joey Jingles for a while.
No, I would never rob a change jar. I rob something.
I know. Like, it was someone who just fucking...
A change jar like a fucking cup of change?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it was just a
I think
weird
if you
thought
bought
that
this
just
for
came
laundry
into my
or for
head.
a pole, you know?
No, it was just... Sorry, now I've smoked pot, which I never do.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Change jar. I'm a professional.
Oh, my God.
The best was the night I took a shit in Faberman's backyard after a 5-hour drive from Colton or some weird town.
Didn't he not talk to you after that for a while?
Yeah, for a while. I took a shit and then he ran over it with his car, and the whole backyard smelled like sewage waste. I go over there the next day. He goes, it smells back here. Let's talk in the house. He goes, I don't know what happened. And you can see the brown shit. He smushed it with this tire, and a bunch of flies were around. He didn't talk to me for a month after that. Who takes the shit in somebody's backyard?
How did you find out it was you?
Because I told him the truth. I felt bad. What am I gonna lie to the guy? I don't know. I remember I was telling you guys that one time my freshman year I didn't take a shit for a week and a half. I was addicted to steakums with American cheese and a ride of French fries.
Wait a minute.
Listen to me.
How long is that? 10 days?
That's a long time, man.
When I was
How
a
were you
freshman,
alive?
I played freshman ball and we were playing Patterson East Side. That's just a jungle of a school. Like, you got to be careful when you go in there. And we went there to play the Christmas tournament.
Wait, what kind of ball are we talking right now?
Basketball.
Oh, basketball.
And I hadn't taken a shit for like 10 days. I was backed up something. I took acid, something fucked my stomach up. I didn't tell nobody. In those days, I was really scared of doctors, and I wouldn't say shit to nobody. And on the way home, we got on the bus. And while we were waiting there, my stomach started hurting. And I said, Jesus Christ, I don't know if I'm going to shit myself or fart. but let me just take a chance.
Good move.
And I blew this fart, Joe Rogan. That was so bad. Right? We were on a bus, and people started running, you know, the school buses? People started running to the windows, right? To swing down the bus windows. But here's what gets better. I farted again. And the teachers were going, oh my God, he's changing flavors. But the worst thing was the cheerleaders were crying. That's how bad it smelled. They were sitting in front of the bus going,
Wait a minute, he's changing flavors.
One of the teachers yelled out, oh my God, he's changing flavors.
They were talking about Lee Syatt, and they were like, what Joey has done to that poor guy. He's like, every time he sees him, he's forcing him to eat mushrooms. He's got to take acid. He's giving him pot. He's giving him edibles. He's lying to him about the dosages. When you first started having him on your show, when you guys first started doing your
He
show
had smoked
together,
pot maybe 3 times. He's not a freak, man. I turned him into a functioning savage. I get this.
Look at him. Look at him. The Joey Diaz co-star in the Church of What's Happening Now is completely asleep at the wheel.
The other day I called him. I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? He goes, what are you talking about? I go, I just got a letter from the state. Why is your fucking phone tapped? I tormented him for 20 minutes about his phone. Why would my phone be tapped? I go, do you work for the CIA? Is that what the fuck it is? They made you come over and take my acid so you can report back to them? No!
You said it to him.
What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't work for the CIA!
He would let you fly a fucking plane on those things. He doesn't give a shit. He's just like, you'll figure it out, cocksucker.
But anyways.
So when did it hit you? Like, you did a podcast, like how deep into
probably
it?
15 minutes into it. And I couldn't speak. I had to stop.
Yeah, I got a text from Brian in capital letters. Do not eat Joey Diaz's banana bread.
You can never eat edible marijuana that Joey Diaz gives you unless you have Thorazine on hand. Don't take that stuff.
Unless you have a big hypodermic filled with adrenaline that you could stuff into your chest.
Stick in your jugular vein. Just, oh, dude. Joey Diaz gave me, once gave me like some breath strips. I guess this is the first time I'd taken breath strips, and he was like, eat 2 of these. And I'm like, I only took half of one of these, knowing him. And I was driving home on the interstate and was like, well, it's definitely the apocalypse. The world is ending. I see that clearly now. I'm in the last days. And there was a McDonald's, and I was going to stop my car and run to the McDonald's to get a burger because traffic wasn't moving. That's how bad the logic was working in my mind. I'll just get I know I can make it there to get a Diet Coke and back. But anyway, I get home. I'm having the most terrible marijuana trip. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, oh my God, the world's ending. My heart's pounding. Phone rings. Phone rings. Joey Diaz. I answer it. He's like, welcome to my house, motherfucker. Oh, the bubble machine of profundity.
You got a bubble machine for 1313 episodes.
Yeah, whenever we're talking about...
Cool. I like it.
That's so
Let's keep it rolling.
So, you know...
Don't get caught up in popping them, though.
I know, that's a problem of getting too high. You're like, fuck talking. What do we do? Let's just pop bubbles.
The 666th podcast, Duncan.
You could do whatever you want.
There could be only one for the 666th podcast.
I was thinking that, yeah.
It has to be you. It has to be you.
This is my new theory. Identify the vampire in your life. Find the vampire. If you're walking around with those fucking vampire blues, you've got the fucking heavy heart, and you can't feel happy, and you feel bad. There may be an action that you need to take that you're afraid to take. That's the vampire.
I love my country. I love my guns.
A country boy's good enough for me. Like, we are as evolved as I need. Let's stop here.
That's how cancer cells talk.
Exactly.
If you could listen to a cancer cell, that's what it would sound like.
It's just so fucking stupid.
I love my earth in the center of the universe.
I love my earth. I love my sticks and bows and arrows.
I love
Sears.
I love my sling.
I love my slave.
I love my
catapults.
catapults.
Burning witches.
Anybody try to take my catapult away, gotta come through me.
I love my scroll. I love my I love carving and rock.
I love walking. I don't need to ride any horses. I don't need domesticated animals. That's complicated. Anybody who wants to domesticate horses got to come through me.
I love being a hunter-gatherer. I love having a lifespan.
I love being a single-cell organism. There's no need to expand. We're all having a good time down here in the bottom of the ocean floor. Anybody wants to change that, got to come through me.
I love being a carbon molecule.
I love existing in pre-Big Bang conditions. I love my family. I love my protons. Anybody wants to change that, gotta come through me.
And then I had to ask myself, well, where could that knowledge have come from? And through Egypt, we then start to find that Egypt itself looks back to an older time. The ancient Egyptians didn't regard themselves as the beginning of their story. They regarded themselves as quite a late point in their story. And they look back to the time of the gods, which they called Zeptepi, the first time, when there was a golden age. And they speak, and there are texts, the Edfu building texts, which speak of the gods living on an island, a gigantic flood coming. Most of the gods are killed, odd thing to happen to gods, and then they come and settle in Egypt. The survivors come and settle in Egypt. And
so Egypt is the product of an even far earlier civilization, but the history of Egypt goes back way, way further than people think it does.
That's my view.
You have been at the front of the line for decades, talking about these lost civilizations. And from reading your work, I mean, I think I first read your work in the 90s. You exposed me to a lot of these, what were at the time controversial ideas that have now been substantiated by actual evidence, particularly Göbekli Tepe and I mean, the all the water erosion stuff on the Sphinx, and I've since had Dr. Robert Schock on the podcast to talk about that as well. But all this stuff was at one point very controversial, and now far less.
Yes. There have been a great number of changes in the last 20 years, which have worked generally in favor of the arguments that I've proposed. As you know, I had my own long-term relationship with cannabis. I smoked cannabis for 24 years. I overindulged. I undoubtedly abused my relationship with cannabis. I don't blame the cannabis for that. It was me. I was.
You got crazy.
I was crazy.
You got a little crazy.
I mean, it's very crazy to smoke it from 9 in the morning until 2 o'clock the next morning, 7 days a week, or rather vaporize it as I did. And I reached a point, thanks to a series of ayahuasca journeys in October 2011, where I made the decision that I wouldn't smoke cannabis. Now, it's 3 years have come since then, but I want to live in a society where I and fellow adults are free to choose either to use cannabis or not to use it. Because
do you want to spark up a joint right now?
Well, of course I want to.
Do you want to dive in right now?
Of course, Joe. You're like the serpent in the Garden of Eden. Sure.
You want yes?
That's such a nice feeling. That's.
He's back.
Are we seeing that on the screen?
Yeah.
That is.
You're going in for another baby hit. Look at you.
Jesus Christ, Joe.
Just a little more. Just a tiny. You're good. That's it. Stop right there. I don't want you to get confused on the way back.
We will see. So here it is, Lebanon.
Joey's one of those guys. Like the first Easter we invited him and my dad got along really far. He gave my dad marijuana. And fucking,
I was there.
Yeah. I sipped him edible marijuana. And
did he dose him or did he tell him what he was doing?
Just offered him some popcorn. Yeah. And then Joey just starts laughing. Mr. K's going deep, motherfuckers.
Jesus.
And so I go over. I go, Joey, did you just give him marijuana? He goes, he took it. No, I didn't give it to him. He took it.
The doors kick open, and Tracy Morgan is launched out of the club by the back of his neck and the seat of his pants, just up onto the street.
They put his shirt on him?
No, up on the street, shirtless, laying at my feet on the sidewalk. Doors close. Second later, doors kick back open, and Tracy's shirt comes out end over end and lands on his head, and it's silent. And we're looking at Tracy like, fuck, this is crazy. All of a sudden, he looks up, stands up, takes his shirt, snaps it, and he goes, now that's how you get out of paying a check.
That's a fucking fantastic story, dude. That was one of the funniest stories ever.
Next time I'll tell you about when I was in the Russian mob and we robbed a train.
Really?
It's a true story, but I'm not going to tell it now. All the phrases I had in my head that I was trying to say all disappear, and all I say to Igor in Russian is, I am the machine.
No, hip-hop dancing, if you're going to get good, you're going to be dancing every single day.
Ugh.
Okay, I will tell you, I don't like doing it, but that
reaction was a good response. Because that's how we felt about everything, Joe.
Somebody showed me a tweet I made recently, like a year ago. I'm like, how did we get from Bert can't run a marathon to all gonna go straight edge for a month?
Bert, can I please see it?
Wait,
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! So you're doing the Prince now?
How many tweets did you get calling you a Welsh?
A lot of them. I know Welsh.
It's a Mickey Mantle gene.
Yeah,
that's not a Mickey Mantle gene.
I'm joking.
That's Lou Gehrig's disease.
You are the champion of Sober October.
Thank you, Ari.
This year's Sober October physical challenge.
It's gonna be good.
Hip hop dance.
Get the fuck out of here.
Hip hop dance. Joe, hear me out. Let's start with Ari slipping me Molly.
What?
Let's start there.
You slipped him on?
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing?
How much?
It's enough. Yeah, it was great.
No, it wasn't.
It was great.
It was not.
You're making me go on this fucking stupid shit.
Yeah, Joe, what kind of sociopath are we friends with? He did it to punish me.
You don't think it's fucking crazy that you would do that?
A bit.
Joey said something to me that he goes, you would have already had your stroke. It would have already happened.
Fuck, man.
Like Joey's a doctor?
No,
What the fuck does he
but
know?
in those moments,
maybe that's your new thing. Instead of like taking your shirt off, people just spike your drink.
Oh my god.
He just started going.
Why would you say that?
Oh my god, no.
I decided to forgive Ari so that the people I hate know how much I really hate them.
Ooh, I like that.
I thought, like, I was like, oh, we're gonna do this podcast. And I was like, I thought we might talk about this. I kind of wrote down some feelings. Okay, read it or Brent.
My dearest Brent.
Fucking cunt.
Just tell him how you feel.
Friendship is more important to me than anything. Even more important than Tom is deep fried pizza. Yeah. More important than Joe is, killing animals. Friendship is more important to me than Eliza's. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Living without you would be worse than Tony Hinchcliffe living without the mural above his bed of him blowing Joe Rogan as Jeff Ross fucks him in the ass.
I don't think he has that.
He does have that. I've seen in his apartment. I didn't know all the fallback was going to happen. I didn't know your friends, your kids were going to come home and say,
that I got raped.
That you got raped by Ari. Which I don't know why they... Here's what I don't know. Why they wouldn't think you have better stamina and strength than me. Why they wouldn't think that you would rape me.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Interesting.
Kids are intuitive. Maybe they saw something in you that I don't see. A fanciness or something, but I don't know.
I was like, he wanted to kill Sober October, but now he's got to do it for the rest of his fucking life.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Now you drugged him in front of his kids.
You drugged me in front of my children.
First of all, what drugs? It's MDMA. You're asking like it's a roofie.
Fucked up his brain for like weeks.
Yeah, I'm still doing the deal with OCD shit.
I will.
Dude, you know what would be fucking
literally
funny?
Spiraled him.
And I think you could do this.
What?
You could chloroform him.
Shut the fuck up and listen.
Okay.
I think the Mickey Mantle gene.
Thank you.
He didn't say anything
Hold
yet.
on. I want to say this to the Sandy Koufax gene. I want to say that the Mickey Mantle gene.
There you go.
Have you seen King Ash Ripper's work?
Excuse me?
He makes videos
Oh, no.
of himself.
Oh, this is him?
Yeah.
King Ass Ripper. Oh, please give me some volume.
Can you imagine dating that guy? No, he doesn't have a
That guy
girlfriend.
doesn't have a girlfriend.
No, there's
that guy
no
gets
misses.
hookers.
What makes you think
He
that?
scrapes up his YouTube like ad video money, and then he gets a hooker. And
There's
she's
no
every now
woman.
and then he farts on her. You like that? She's like, no, I hate it. He's like, you fucking loser. And then he leaves. My videos have 200,000 hits. People love
You're with
listening
the
to me
king
ripping
right
farts. What? No, you don't. I don't have the internet. Shut up.
Jesus Christ.
Those are the most confusing porn videos.
I've never seen that.
Where guys are like laying there and girls are like, you like that fart, you dirty bitch? And they fart in their face. Yeah, mommy, give me that fart, mommy. And they fart in their face. Oh, it's so confusing. It makes me shut my laptop and walk around the block.
That's fucking great.
I've seen a bunch of those. You never seen one of those?
But I met this prostitute in Lake Tahoe. She had come to my show and she was like, in Nevada, it's all legal. And so I go, what's the weirdest client that you ever had? And she goes, well, I don't know if you're ready for this, but room service shows up. The guy's got a tray. He's got 4 plates of hamburger meat, uncooked, just hamburger meat. Tips the guy, he leaves, and he says, what I want you to do is take this meat. I'm going to get naked, and you're going to take handfuls of it and shove it up my ass.
I didn't think it was going there.
5 pounds of hamburger meat. And he just stood there, and she kept stuffing it up. At the Faneuil Hall Comedy Connection, a black woman called the club, and she said, "Who on the show tonight?" She was from the 1800s, and they said, "Well, it's Anthony Clark, Jackie Flynn, and Greg Fitzsimmons." And the lady goes, "Is Grapefruit Simmons the headliner?"
Dude, my stepmom has a geese on her front porch that if it starts to rain, she puts a raincoat on it. And then if it's like Halloween, she dresses it up in a little costume. It's like this just big ceramic geese. And then I always make fun of it. And then somebody came and broke it recently. And she was so sad about it. So now she has all these stupid geese outfits and she can't find another one of them. So stupid.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Ceramic geese. What happened today? It was the worst day of my life. Someone cracked my ceramic bird. I had that one that I leave. It makes me so happy. I come home. I see my ceramic duck.
I got him at the Toronto World Fair in '62.
It's actually, and they don't make them that much anymore.
He's beautiful. He defined my yard.
I swear he used to look at me.
He was my friend. I know that sounds retarded. I don't care.
Fuck. It's delicious over here with these meatballs. They got meatballs inside. They got monogot. They got
They do the thing with the peppers. They got the good peppers they put on the top there.
Sausage.
Like my mother. God bless her soul.
God bless her. She died of a heart attack at 51. She weighed 300 pounds. I know when I walk, the fat on my feet spills over the outside of my sneakers. I like how that looks.
I like a little waterfall at the end of my heel. When I step down, just pulls over, just rolls over. It's nice.
I like to waddle because my fucking my gun's sticking out. My legs can't stay straight.
I like the way the back of my head looks, the hot dog roll look. I like fat sausages that are growing out of the base of my skull. It looks like it makes you hungry for the fucking
sausage.
A nice sausage.
Yeah,
a nice
and
Italian sausage.
I like. Look at my face. You see a wrinkle in my face? You see any spider marks by my eyes? Fuck no, because the flesh is pushing out against the skin all the time.
My grandmother moans. She's hurt so bad. She can't move. She had an aneurysm 12 years ago. So she's just lying in bed
So from the aneurysm on, she was in just pain all the time. Jesus Christ.
She was done. From the aneurysm on. They gave her 72 hours to live. She lived for 12 years. Yeah. And it wasn't a good 12 years.
So your grandfather was getting zero action.
I don't know. He probably did whatever he wanted to. See? You can't even help yourself.
Hey, Mama.
This is exactly what I was saying earlier.
Hey, Mama, roll it over. Put that fucking gagoosh up in the air. Grandpa's coming in. You can hide the fucking cannolis, but you're not hiding that fucking gagoonga.
The gagoosh. Hey, she's got a big hairy gagoosh.
That fucking gagoosh could sing.
Oh, she got a big fucking juicy gagoosh.
It sings
with
like
a little
Sinatra.
mangadong at the end of it.
It's
You know what I'm saying?
got a mangadong at the end. That's when you know you're done, when you hit the gagagadong.
Oh, this broad. When I fucking do you inside of her, my brother.
I don't know if she's moaning because of the aneurysm or because I'm hitting the gagoosh.
If there was just no one cares.
Conform to
if there's no
social
expectations
pressures.
from religion, no expectations from your community.
I'd be in.
Would you be in?
Fuck yeah.
Do you think you'd be a top or a bottom?
Top.
That's what everybody thinks.
I'd be a screaming bottom.
A lot of crying, waterboarding.
I'd be a running bottom.
It would be just like when you were waterboarded. You'd be fucking spasming uncontrollably.
And it turns out that's what a lot of the guys are into, unfortunately.
Yeah,
that's the biggest kink
out.
in the community.
Waterboarding.
Dude,
and
he's a
getting
runner.
Butt fucked. Getting butt fucked by waterboarding. It's the new black.
So what you're saying is a 10% gay, I'm open with it. What does that mean? Does that mean you're 10% gay?
Yes. I came out on my podcast probably like 6 months ago.
You came out 10%?
Yes. What's so funny? Having fun matters.
It does. And that's why you should tell us about what happened in Thailand.
Well, it wasn't fun. It was...
You enjoyed it?
No.
To completion?
People hung out. You know, it's...
That's the cops come, fucking buildings on fire, bodies are everywhere. What happened? People hung out.
And then you go upstairs, and then it's a little different. You're getting a little like, whoa, that looks a little different in there. That the bone structure is interesting, but I see some other people dancing. And then there's this one club that you go in, and it's like, I guess, the best one up there, and it's just, they're having a party. It's fun. The girls look like girls, but you can tell like maybe some are guys, I guess. But it was one of these ladyboy bars, and we're hanging out there having fun, and they'll, you know, they will touch you. They're very forward. They will touch your leg, but they look like girls. They smell like girls. They look like girls. They've had the treatments, and you're sitting there, and you're alone by yourself. You're in Bangkok. You're working on Hangover 2. They touch, and it's normal to get aroused. And it was interesting, and I knew I was 16 hours away, time zone from America. And I know comedians have gone down to Brazil or Thailand. There's a whole history of it. So I didn't really pursue it there, but I thought about it, and then maybe I came back on another night. I go, you know, people have thought I was gay.
You said maybe? No, you came back, right?
Well, I was there for like 2 weeks in Thailand.
But why are you saying maybe I came back? Well, now you're making the story confusing.
Okay, well, one. All right, I came back another night. I said, maybe I will come back.
That's not what you said. It's the reason why I stopped you.
So
I don't want this to be fiction.
I mean, at that point, I'm probably 3% gay, and that's based off getting picked on as a kid. Like, Brody, you walk like a girl. Do you understand, Joe?
Wait a minute,
growing up in Tarzana, I got picked on a lot.
Are you saying that someone can make you homosexual by, if they picked on you enough, 3% would be 100?
No, 3% wouldn't make it 100, but if somebody as a child, you're in 3rd grade, and there's a group of girls or even guys who go, oh, look at Brody, how he walks. He looks like he's gay. You walk like a gay kid. You're always smiling. And it was like I was a nice kid, and then I guess because I have a tilted pelvis, I walked weird, and I got picked on for that. So I always felt like, wow, I guess they think I'm gay. Maybe guess I'm gay. I don't know.
You know, if you found, what is that? Transgender woman?
Yeah, this is the picture that
She's
Brody
sweet.
was with.
What? Brian, come on, man. This is the internet. You can't do that. You're going to ruin everything for everybody.
I will go on record saying, no, I did not, never have, don't want to perform oral on a man. Can I go on record saying that?
I got you, but what happened?
Well, that didn't happen.
Okay. Okay. What didn't happen also is...
Kissing.
Kissing didn't happen.
I don't want to kiss a man.
Let's be clear. There was no kissing.
No kissing.
No race car driving. No meteorite impact. Many other things didn't take place.
You make it unromantic.
We're so close to getting him up to 25%.
That's not
which is, I think, the real number.
Joe,
no,
it isn't.
Be honest.
No, it isn't. See, that's not.
It's not. Look.
It's not.
Come on, man.
25%.
Here's why.
It's an
At that
aggressive
moment,
attack.
This is what I say. At that, I'm going to be honest with you.
25?
At that moment, okay, at the moment where that guy is sucking on your dick.
Happens in prison all the time.
I think you're 40% gay.
Are you kidding?
For that moment. For that moment.
This could mess with my head.
No, for that moment. What I'm offering you is a fluctuating scale of gayness.
I don't believe those numbers.
Brian, what do you think? When you come in a guy's mouth, what are we up to?
Who's to say I did that?
I'm just assuming.
I would say definitely 25.
I don't like your numbers, Brian. That's a shocker. You've never brought that number up to me. I cannot believe that Joe said 40%.
Listen, I said 40% because I love you. So we're now at 35% gay. Our goal is 86. We got at least 20 minutes left of this podcast. We can do this, Brody. You're not thinking about a guy. You're thinking she looks like a girl.
Makeup,
release the hounds,
smell,
feel,
breasts,
sexuality,
fingers, Adam's
femininity.
apple. I mean, whoa, sorry about that.
When you release the hounds, is there any feeling of regret?
I didn't have any. I'll be honest, it is a subject that does make me uncomfortable.
Why?
For just a couple reasons. The other reasons that it is so public and...
So what? Speaking of which, Dallas Buyers Club, I don't want to just...
That movie,
just bring it up because it has a lot of your people in it, but it's a great fucking movie.
My people.
Texans. Aren't you from Texas?
I've been to Texas. What do you mean, my people?
I know you sell well in Texas.
The last movie Chris Farley ever did was Dirty Work. So I'm in the movie with him. And right after Dirty Work, right before he passed away, he hosted Saturday Night Live. So Norm was still doing Weekend Update. So Norm called me up and said, listen, Farley's out of control with coke. Come to the party after the show because you got to help me watch him. Like, that's how bad he was. I was watching him.
You had to help watch.
I had to help watch him, okay? So this is how fast Norm is, though. This is a testament to Norm's wit. So I'm at the party, and Norm is talking to somebody, and I'm watching Chris. I'm on coke. I'm coked up. So I see Farley disappear into a bathroom with Andy Dick.
Oh, boy.
Okay, him and Andy go into a bathroom.
Yeah.
They come out 5 minutes later, like giggling. Norm comes over to me and goes, what's going on with Chris? I go, bad news, bro. He goes, what? I go, he went into a bathroom with Andy Dick. I said, there's only two reasons a man goes into a bathroom with Andy Dick, and neither one of them's good. And Norm looked at me without missing a beat and said, holy fuck, I hope he's high. Good news, he was high.
But the thing that he said
about
to
Andy
him,
Dick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I was on a
met that
sitcom
guy.
with him.
That guy is nuts.
What happened with you and him?
He came. Is he openly gay? I don't know if that's a secret. And he's like chasing me around the room, like, come here, you little fucker. I'm gonna, this and that. And I'm like, jump. I'm like, whoa, look at the fuck. His like pants fall down. I'm like, what the hell's going on with this guy?
But we always made up.
We always did,
never,
to the point where I remember I walked into your dressing room because I saw it rocking. And if this trailer's rocking, don't come a knocking. But I took it, I went the other way. If this trailer's rocking, I got to come in and see what the hell's going on in here.
With his dick in his hand.
It's Joe
With
Rogan.
his dick in
I
his
did
hand.
not
Yes,
have
you
my
did.
dick in my
you
hand.
Did so, Andy. You were fucked up, and you had your dick not even hard. It was flaccid, and you were pulling on it in your hand right in front of me.
Oh, so this
And
was like it was like later after the show. That's
no,
what,
it was. I was in the dressing room with my girlfriend.
right.
I was.
But
It was
like
a trailer.
It was like after the show when we
Yes,
were kind of
yes,
partying.
yes.
Okay, yeah.
It was the end of the night.
Then I can imagine me.
I mean, look, you were doing it for shits and giggles. It was fun. It was half partying, half you were crazy.
Half I was attracted to you. I'm not gonna lie. That was the other fucking dichotomy for me back then. I was sexually attracted to you,
That's so
and
bizarre.
and just as equally fucking frightened of you. So I wanted to
Maybe
be
that's why
with
I
you
was,
sexually.
Maybe that's why I was putting off all those barriers for you, buddy.
You really did.
Maybe I
It
knew.
was like you knew. You
my
knew.
subconscious
you knew,
gaydar.
You knew. Well,
Do you remember the episode where you guys wrestled and you were on the ground rolling around? Were you thinking that like this is the hottest scene ever?
I still jerk off to it. Yeah. I'm just kidding. No, I know. But listen, well, I didn't get to the point where he took me.
Think
No,
I was
really
separated
don't.
by a couch. Chris Farley showed up on the set of News Radio one day to visit Andy.
Yeah,
and
I'm
had
sure
the
he did.
He had the complexion of wet cardboard. I've never seen a man look more unhealthy.
Dude, I went to a strip club with him in Toronto. He shot the movie in Toronto. He had chicks hanging. I mean, he was just like,
out of control.
Yeah.
Hey, look how sharp he is.
Wow, look at the bell bottoms.
Oh yeah, that's the day. That's the day, brother.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Richard played tennis.
Did he?
Yeah, he played tennis. Yeah, and basketball. We playing ball, Richard. He checking me and grabbing my dick. I said, Richard, this ain't no basketball. Spoon, I got to check it. I can check it only way I know. Richard, back off me, brother.
Oh God. So Rock was like had his
roll with the new. He was like fucking at the height of his game and shit. And so we go see the show, and Carlin had a bit where it was like people I could do without, like guys named Skip, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was people I could do without. Any man over the age of 12 who wears their baseball cap backwards. So, long before I met him, I'd always hear that bit and be like, ah. So the night we're at the show, he's up there doing a bit, and he's like, another person I could do without? Kevin, you're exempt from this. Guys over the age of 12 who wear their baseball cap backwards. And Rock, like my eyes lit up, and Rock's next to me, and Rock goes, he knows who you are, even though like we'd worked together on the movie and shit.
Okay, you bring up a good point. Comedic hate
is a different kind of hate.
different kind of hate.
Yeah.
Comedic hate.
Right.
Rest in peace, Patrice O'Neal.
Rest in peace.
I remember when I would talk, and if I was saying something, you would just hear, ugh. What you talking about? He's like, ugh. What are you talking about? He's like, just the way you talk bugs me. I was like, what?
When he would go after you, man, it was like you just want to step back and watch.
I remember telling this joke, and a phone book comes flying on the stage. Patrice threw a fucking phone book at me. I'm talking, all you heard was, and you see, bap, it hits the floor. And I said, yo, what the fuck was that? And Patrice said, read it. There's better material in it than what you're saying now. Oh, Bill used to get so fucking mad. Beautiful thing about Bill Burr, when we be snapping, Bill was the guy that get mad. Like, it's not funny.
If you went after him,
it's not. None of it's funny. Y'all laughing. Bill would be like, where's the punchline in it? There's no punchline. He would get so fucking mad.
Those are the guys who win. All these, who's that? Not Bill Bixby. What the hell's the name of that guy? The guy he's been riding a bicycle out here forever. Solar panels, and not Bill Bixby, Ed Bagley Jr.
Oh, Ed Bagley Jr.
Bill Bixby. I'm bad with the names. There'll never be another revolution.
No.
Other than, who's doing it right is that guy out there in the Carolinas, the Blackwater guy, or whatever the fuck it's called.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that Bill Bixby guy out there.
The Bill Bixby. And that's what my whole day was spent fighting in my head. Even if I wasn't fighting, I'd be fighting in my head. When I was I had girlfriends, they'd sleep over. And I would
I already love what
I would
this is
throw
going.
kicks in the middle of the night, like boom, like my whole body would jolt like a kick because I was having a fighting dream. So I was terrified. I was constantly terrified.
That's the name of a good Bruce Springsteen album.
Make my own spirit.
No, when I threw kicks in the night.
Does it make you more aggressive?
What?
Elk.
No, Joe, you fucking lunatic. Somebody gets in my face, that might cause me to get more lunatic. I eat a little bit of protein. You had to beat the fuck out of people for like 3 decades before you could like chill, smoke a little weed, put on your Little Rascals hat, and just fucking chill out.
Can I say that? Have you heard that study about, like, how they tried to figure out, like, if everybody, they always say, like, anybody can be president of the United States, right? Like, everybody in America has the same opportunities. But what they found is that some people have one opportunity and other people have many opportunities. And that's the difference.
So are you saying the world isn't fair?
But you're saying... Yes, of course. No, but you're saying...
That's why ugly people are complaining so much. Like, they won't take the time to develop a fucking personality, write some jokes, do what the rest of us have to do. Like, I don't get mad at Brad Pitt. How come he fucking... Because he's fucking beautiful. I'm a fucking bald, red-headed male. I know where I am in the pecking order. And some of these fucking people who are complaining right now, who are mad that beautiful people get treated differently. I understand racially speaking, but you're not going to do the beautiful thing.
So we have this mixed message going on, which is like, I'm angry, me too, treat me equal, simultaneously to, I'm going to objectify myself in the most hardcore way, more than in any time in history.
With spectacular results.
And it's really for me as a female who understands both those sides a little bit. It kind of trips me out.
I love when like there's a supermodel like this is like an impossible standard of beauty to try and live up to. Yeah. That's why she's on the cover of a magazine. She's that level beautiful, and you're gonna try and sit there and tell me that was learned.
But at a certain point, like you've had Jordan Peterson on here many times. It's like biological signaling. It's like like play aside at least, and also. That one side is super short-lived. That's what I try to tell my girls. I'm like, yo, listen, if you're pretty girls, it's great. But if that's the card you're playing, your card's done. Like by the time you're 30, 35, it's done. It's over. And unless you're like 40 and you marry a 7-year-old, I don't know,
or
whatever.
You get into MILF porn.
Is that such a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even that, it's like they got to put a filter on it and like all that stuff. I mean, come on.
Where like if you really look at their agenda, when they say the future is feminine, that's not inclusive. And they're all about, make this more inclusive. It's like, no, let us in so we can take it over and then we'll push you down. That so-called progressives extreme left is think the way we think, say what we say, or we will fucking destroy you.
Your platform restricts speech.
Our platform promotes speech unless people violate our rules.
And in a specific direction.
In any direction.
But I don't want to say his name. The guy who calls for death gets a suspension. The guy who insinuates death gets a permanent ban.
But Tim, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying, and I feel like you're doing it deliberately. It's not about one particular thing. It's about a pattern and practice of violating our rules.
And you have a pattern and practice of banning only one faction of people.
I don't agree with that.
Quillette recently published an article where they looked at 22 high-profile bannings from 2015 and found 21 of them were only on one side of the cultural debate.
But I don't look at the political spectrum of people when I'm looking at their tweets.
Right, you have a bias.
I don't know who they are.
You're biased, and you're targeting specific individuals because your rules support this perspective.
No, I don't agree with that.
It's partly a consequence of the rise of the new rise again of say Marxist doctrine. I would say it's part of postmodernism. Maybe it's postmodernism more than anything else, because the postmodernists, that's a philosophical community, let's say, believe that the entire point of human categorization is power, and that dialogue between people is only a power dialogue, and that there's no real reality outside of interpretation, and that basically what we do is exchange interpretive viewpoints to ratchet up our dominance and status. And that's that. And there's no biology is an ideology, and the idea of the objective world is an ideology, and science is an ideology, and it's all interpretation all the way down, like turtles all the way down.
What do you mean by it's all about power? Like in what way?
Well, you imagine that there are groups of people who are competing in the world for resources, I suppose, and that it's a zero-sum game, and it's every group against every other group. And the reason that we engage in dialogue isn't to establish the truth or move towards some closer approximation of reality, but to structure this social interaction so that our group comes up on top. And, one of the things I tried to learn when I was taking apart what happened in Auschwitz and trying to put myself in the position of an Auschwitz camp guard, which, by the way, you can do if you use your imagination a bit. I wouldn't call it exactly the world's most pleasant meditative experience, but you can call up parts of yourself that would be capable of taking someone who just got off a transport train and having them carry a 100-pound sack of wet salt from one side of the camp compound to the other and back. You can conjure that part of yourself up if you want, and that'll teach you something about what you're like. People don't do it because it's too frightening, but I know perfectly well that I could do that sort of thing. And so once I learned that I could do that sort of thing, and maybe that I could even enjoy it, I thought, okay, fine, I get it. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to live so that if that opportunity was presented to me, I wouldn't take it. And I think that's the lesson that people need to learn from the 20th century. It's like, that's what human beings did, okay? Well, we're all human, okay? So how is it that we should live so that we don't do that again? Well, part of that is to try to say the truth, no matter what, because the alternative is worse, and it is worse. But I'm doing it as an aid to humility. It's like, well, I don't know how to start improving my life. Someone might say that. And I would say, well, you're not aiming low enough. There's something you could do that you are regarding as trivial that you could do, that you would do, that would result in an actual improvement. But it's not a big enough improvement for you, so you won't lower yourself enough to take the opportunity.
Incremental steps.
And I don't mean don't aim, and I don't mean don't aim up. But you have to accept the fact that you can set yourself a goal that you can attain, and there's not going to be much glory in it to begin with. Because if you're not in very good shape, the goal that you could attain tomorrow isn't very glorious. But it's a hell of a lot better than nothing, and it beats the hell out of bitterness, and it's way better than blaming someone else. It's way less dangerous. And you could do it. It's like, so I had this idea a long time ago, because the world is a pretty dreadful place. I thought, well, what would the world be like if people stopped avoiding the things they knew they should do? You know, because the question is, how much are we contributing to the fact that life is an existential catastrophe and a tragedy? How much is our own corruption contributing to that? That's a really worthwhile question. Things you leave undone because you're angry, you're resentful, you're lazy, you have inertia. Well, you consult your conscience and it says, well, you know, that place over there could use a little work. It's the same as working on yourself, and so you clean that up because you can. And then things are a little clearer around you. And you're a little better off because you've practiced a bit, and so you're a little stronger, and then something else manifests itself and says, well, maybe you could like take a crack at fixing me up too. So you decide to do that, and then that gets a little bit more pristine, you know, and soon, and it's humble because you're not exceeding your domain of competence. You know, it's like, don't be fixing up the economy, 18-year-olds. You don't know anything about the economy. It's a massive, complex machine beyond anyone's understanding, and you mess with it at your peril. So, and can you even clean up your own room? No. Well, you should think about that. You should think about that. Because if you can't even clean up your own room, who the hell are you to give advice to the world? Like, people think, well, there's 7 billion of us, and each of us is just this separate dust mote, like floating in the cosmos, and what the hell difference does it make what you do anyways? It's like, that is not how we're connected. It's like, you're the center of a network, and you know way more people than this, but let's say typically, you're going to know 1,000 people in your life, well enough to have an impact on them, okay? And each of those 1,000 people is going to know 1,000 people. So you're one step from 1 million, and 2 steps from 1 billion. And we are networked, technically. That's how human interactions work. And so when you do something that you shouldn't do, it's worse than you think. And when you do something that you should do, it's better than you think. And so you think, well, this is why I've been telling people, well, clean up your room. It's like, well, your room is actually networked too. It's not that easy to clean up your room, to set it. So you want your room to be set up so that when you walk in there, it tells you to be better than you generally are. And so maybe all you have is this little rat hole of a room in some rundown place in the world. It's like, fix it up. There's more there than you think. See what happens if you fix it up. And you'll fix yourself up simultaneously because you'll have to get disciplined in order to fix up the room. And then you have a fixed up room and you'll be a more fixed up person. It's like, you think that nothing will happen as a consequence of that? It's like all hell will break loose as a consequence of that.
Okay, but you seem a little oddly defensive about something that's scientific.
No, I have to say I'm good with it.
But you are, because you're kind of defending it.
No, you can say, well, why does matter?
Why do you need to know why?
No, why
That's what
does
you're saying.
No, I'm saying, why does matter and energy curve the fabric of space and time? You can ask that.
Okay, why?
And I don't have an answer for that. I can say,
well, that's all I'm asking.
Well, no, what I'm telling you is,
okay, you don't need to know why.
I got you to the point.
Right.
We had to walk to that point.
Yes.
Where your why got unanswered.
I understand that.
But before we got to that point, I answered otherwise.
But I'm not disputing that.
Good.
There's different kinds of medicine attributed to different kinds of animals. Bear medicine, fox medicine has been very powerful for me.
Is that what is one that makes your penis hard? Is that tiger medicine?
No, that's squaw medicine.
Squaw medicine.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by like bear medicine and
well, fox medicine is very important. I've had a couple of very powerful encounters with foxes. Fox medicine and Native American spirituality makes you invisible. In other words, I am invisible to the powers that be.
Do you work for the government? Because this is what's going on here.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
But you're saying crazy stuff now. You're saying crazy stuff about foxes being invisible.
No.
And so if somebody thought that you were a disinformation agent, they would say, oh, here's the evidence. He says all this brilliant shit, and then he starts talking about foxes being invisible.
No, I didn't say fox is invisible.
Yeah, it makes
Fox
him
medicine
invisible.
means, but this is like one of the coolest things that's happened to me in 30 years. It was
Cooler than fox magic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they had fox magic.
What kind of music is that, Brian?
That's Fox Magic song.
Oh, okay. Here's a funny thing. When you're worried about the end of the world, you're worried about the collapse of civilization, and in the meanwhile, people see you smoking cigarettes, and they go, "If you want to stay healthy and happy, why are you poisoning yourself?"
Deal with it.
Yeah, that's right.
You save 15%. The end. Deal with it, bitch. Thanks to Onnit.com. Oh, wow. Nuclear reactors and everything. Thank you. That's Onnit, ONNIT, maker of Alpha Brain.
I love it. There's a thing that's changed. There was an article in the Times about this, and you might have even been mentioned in it. There's a playful space of conspiracy theories that it's taken me a long time to understand. My daughter is 14, and she talks about, her father did a show called Bullshit, and she talks about how she loves conspiracy theories. And this is from Paul McCartney's Dead to We Didn't Land on the Moon to all those things. But she sees it, which is so hard for me to understand. She sees it as not impacting reality, but as a playful intellectual exercise.
That's okay. That isn't crazy.
Dude,
that's the craziest thing about all conspiracy theories. Like people that are not on that side. There's the conspiracy theory side, and then there's the people way on the other side. Those motherfuckers are totally into, man, we live in a computer. That is hilarious. That's not logical. That's illogical.
Well, the reason why they think that is because someday there's going to be a program.
But there's no proof, though. Hey, it may be true. It may be true. Maybe we do live in a computer.
Right.
But, dude, there's no evidence.
Well, don't they have an explanation for that shit?
No, exactly. That's what you just said right now. What you just said now is what everyone's natural reaction. Because anytime someone says anything about space, you automatically think, someone figured it out. You don't know the guy's name. You don't know the name of the experiment. You didn't look into it yourself. You just think when someone tells you, how far is the Earth from the sun? They'll say, 93 million miles away. Like you just,
right.
you
Googled
everybody relies on someone figured that out and someone double checked it. Dude, it's math.
Right.
It's science. It's math. But no one really knows. But you figure it out. You try to figure it out. I'm so obsessed with those details. I don't know why, but in general, it's history, science, education, energy. Everything has always been controlled by the government since day one. Radio has been used as propaganda since the day it was invented. Radio, TV, and the movies have always been about propaganda. There was a war on drugs. We started a war on drugs. Turns out we're bringing it in. Then there's a war on terrorism. Turns out we created Al-Qaeda. You understand why I'm crazy? I want to know the truth. And when you know the truth, it's just like, fuck, you just want to tell as many people as possible. Look, George Bush Sr. gets busted on national TV with the Iran-Contra situation. He becomes president after that. And then he's running all his shit and all his drugs in his arms through Arkansas with an unknown governor, Bill Clinton, who's letting it happen. And then he becomes president after George Bush. As a detective, I don't know the truth. I wasn't there. I don't know what the relationship is like. It looks like I'm like that's some gangster shit going on right there, and they're just playing with the public and all the dumb motherfuckers who believe that there's this Republican Democrat battle going on. It's fascinating and frustrating at the same time, and very scary that, man, we're living with people that just follow the official story, and whatever they say, that's the truth. And all the other shit that's not the official story, that's crazy. That's scary. That kind of mentality is what I'm scared of.
When do you think you started losing it?
I think I was as soon as I found out when I was 11 that everybody wasn't Catholic,
that was it.
That's when I started losing my mind. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, everybody's not Catholic? I thought everybody was Catholic. There's other religions? Then how do we know we're right? There's a bunch. What's a Jew? Oh, shit, there's more Jews than Catholics? How do we know we have the right religion? I'm like, okay.
You start questioning
right there,
it.
yes. That's when I started going crazy.
That's so funny.
People that question authority are usually looked at as crazy. His father, Prescott Bush, started the CIA. His father, Prescott Bush, financed the Nazis through Union Bank. That's not a conspiracy theory. The Sugar Association, they didn't want it to be labeled as for what it really was, an addictive toxin. They wanted to keep it ain't that bad in moderation. It ain't that bad. It makes things taste sweet. It's about love. I think the globalists like it. I think we need villains, and they probably help him out and fund him.
Well,
you know what I mean? They like the shit he's doing. They need a distraction. Anything happens,
we don't really benefit.
Boom, they're testing missiles. Boom. For 2 weeks, we're going to be all over North Korea, a couple months, and then it's going to be gone. Watch. This is like the new Ebola. Remember that was Ebola, distraction. North Korea is perfect to distract. You know when you're talking about that Foxcatcher movie, hold on. You know you're talking about that Foxcatcher movie, you're like, you've said it a couple times on your podcast where you're like, once you saw that they left Gary Goodridge out, you were like, I can't trust this movie.
Right.
I can't the whole movie's, I can't trust it. It may be real, it may not be real, but I need some proof.
I got you.
That's exactly how I feel about
space.
No, not space. The government.
The government.
So anything coming from a government agency, whatever, it's a government agency, I look at it like Foxcatcher. You've lied enough where I'm like, I need some irrefutable evidence. Otherwise, why do I have to believe it? I just assume it ain't real. I
get it, but SpaceX isn't the government. SpaceX
yes,
is a private company.
Yeah, no, they're subsidized by the government, man.
Oh, they're subsidized?
They do. They got like $4 billion from
So they tell them to fake space?
No one's trusting NASA no more, so they're handing it over. Hey, let's do this side thing, and everyone's all into space now.
That's an interesting way to look at it. Oh yeah,
and
of course, Edgy Bra, also known as Eddie Bravo.
Edgy Bra.
That's what they thought when we were in Brazil. That's what they call him. Edgy.
Joe Moreira. It was Joe Moreira. That was the first giant tournament that there was in L.A.
Yeah.
Joe Moreira was the main promoter. And in my division, there was 45 guys. We're all blue belts in my division. And you have to sit there and listen to him call out everyone's name. And I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for him to call my name. He looks at the clipboard, then he looks up and goes, "Here's your bra." I'm standing right in front of him. I'm like, man, when are they going to call my name? Here's your bra. I'm like, fuck. And then someone would say, dude, I think he's saying your name. No way. When guys are telling this story, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And he's like, she came up to me and started mad dogging me. And I was like, what the fuck you looking at? I paid for all that shit. And you didn't say none of that. You just said, I was like that. I had that look on my face, but I didn't say shit. And if you don't question, did you actually say that? You're like, no, I was thinking it. I'm like, if I wouldn't have asked you, you would have made it seem like you were this bad motherfucker in this story.
Saying the
but
right
you didn't,
shit.
in reality, you didn't say shit. And I was like, fuck you. Who paid for that shit? You said that?
No. I thought it. I thought it.
And I was like, fuck you, man. Fuck you and where you came from, bitch.
Did you actually say that to him?
No. Once you travel to 1,000 cities, you realize that it's an illusion. Because you're walking through the airport and you see the destination, the be-all, end-all. Some dude's feet on a fucking badass beach.
Yep.
And like, that's the goal.
Yep.
And then when you get there, you realize, wait a minute, they're cutting off, they framed off like the people trying to sell you a crocodile floaty. You know what I mean? I thought I was going to be alone on this island. I went to Thailand. I go, I'm going to go to the deserted fucking island on Thailand. And everyone said, yeah, you can. I go, where? They go, you need to fucking take a cab 3 hours. Jumped in a cab 3 hours. Like, I'm going to, and then we finally get there. Go, where are the islands? Oh, you want to go to the island? Yeah. I'm thinking, I don't give a fuck how much it costs. Let's just go. It's cheaper if you go on a big ferry to this island, or you could take a speedboat. I go, fucking speedboat. Let's go. Boom. I'm videotaping everything on a speedboat. I want to go on this fucking island that I see at the airport. I see them all the time. I don't give a fuck. You get there, boom, and there's 200 other people there.
Yep.
And there's like snack bars and shit.
The secret is not yours.
Richer, son. we were in Denver, and I was doing stand-up, and Eddie and Tate and Brian and Duncan, and just as a goof, we decided to go in this wig store. We came up with the idea of having a fake band, and everyone decided that we were going to play a band called 10-Foot Screws.
10-Foot Screws, they're in the house tonight, my favorite band. We got 10-Foot Screws backstage, and they're playing a big show at the
Holodome. The Holodome.
At the Holodome,
Yeah.
next to the El Pollo
Loco.
Yeah. All right, we're going to be tonight at the Holodome on 14th Street and El Pollo Loco. Everybody's invited. Bring your tickets up. You'll get it for free. It's on 6th Street and El Pollo Loco. So people were like, oh, shit, there's a concert tonight. I didn't know about this. I got up on stage and said, who wants these tickets to the show tomorrow? Backstage. They were going nuts.
And you're some crazy man wearing a wig for a band that doesn't exist.
Yeah, so when the concert let out, people had to walk by backstage. So we had the door open, and dudes were walking by going, where's that band? So we grabbed one dude. He just wanted to hang out with the band. So we go, we're going to have to get on your knees. Okay, you're going to have to pray for us. Pray with us. Like, bands sometimes pray, before they go out.
Thank you, Jesus. And he would repeat, thank you, Jesus. And you said, for this dick I'm about to suck.
Lord Jesus.
Dear Father.
No, the Lord Jesus.
All right, Lord Jesus.
You are my Savior.
You are my Savior.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you for everything.
And thank you for this dick I'm about to suck.
Get the fuck out.
Have you spoken to Hoyle since the fight? Since
we talk all the time.
Okay.
Yeah, we hang out, party and shit.
Just check.
He got you again, you fuck. The guard. Oh, you weren't here for the guard talk. Eddie Bravo has the weirdest sense of humor, man. He used to say he was half.
Yeah, you said something else.
Half Japanese and half Eskimo
Yeah,
was
something
a
like
famous
that,
one.
Maybe you said half Japanese,
Japaho.
half Mexican or something.
Yeah, I used to say that when I was a teenager just because I was an idiot and I wanted to see who would believe it. And I'm like, wow, people believe anything.
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus Rex is
Yeah.
a giant kangaroo. That's what it is. That's my guess. Look at it. It looks exactly the same. It's got a tail, hops around on two legs. That's a fucking. They found a giant kangaroo, and when they figured it out, they go, dude, it's a kangaroo. They're like, shut the fuck up.
He does a sick grizzly. He does a sick Kodiak and a sick
You do a
Rottweiler.
couple noises.
Let me
It's
see-
just
let me hear
noise.
Come on, don't be
I
a
got a good
baby.
grizzly too.
That's that.
Is your grizzly's inhaling?
That's a monster.
What is that?
That's the abdominal snowman. Maybe that's what Bigfoot's about. Maybe Bigfoot was about, dude, let's create this mythical monster and have people afraid. They don't want people to move in the woods.
The thing about that,
That's not
though,
good.
is-
That's not good for the NWO,
Right.
the New World Order. They want people to go into cities, so they create these
So they
Bigfoots.
create Bigfoot.
And if they're not doing it, they should do it. Create another Bigfoot.
That's so ridiculous. That's the most
easy
ridiculous
way.
reason for believing in Bigfoot I've ever heard. That's so funny. Bigfoot's been around forever, though, dude. They talked about it in
The
like
CIA's been
Native
around
America.
forever. Someone did come up to me and say, "Hey, have you heard that conspiracy theory where there's no forests?" Have you heard about this? There's a conspiracy theory where there's no forests. Look into it.
UFOs are coming back right now. Everybody's
Dude,
talking
they're
about
stronger
UFOs.
than ever.
Bigger than ever.
Stronger than ever. That should tell you something.
That's what we're getting. We're getting like some bleed over from another dimension, and that's what UFOs are.
Does Bob Lazar have a Twitter? Wouldn't that be cool to have him on your show?
It's a very ominous feeling because there are no, first of all, everything is one color. It's like a dark pewter color, and there are no right angles anywhere. It's as if somebody took, I've said this before, somebody took a model and fashioned it out of wax and then heated it just for a short time so everything melted. Everything looks like it's fused together. Everything has a radius of curvature where two items meet. It's a really weird looking thing, but
did you ask any questions about what the fuck?
No,
that
there's
was?
no asking.
There's
questions.
no asking questions.
No.
I will tell you that I won't get into specifics, but there are people inside the United States government that are taking this serious, and I've been down to D.C. twice to talk to folks, behind closed doors to go because they want to hear the story, and I've got a lot of you got to be joking. I mean, this seriously happened, and I'm like, yeah, it did happen, and it is real. What are you doing about it?
So what kind of people are you talking to?
High-level government officials is what I'll say.
The fourth one that I saw, I was on my motorcycle leaving town to go at Kingston, Ontario, where I live there, and I was driving out of the farm gate, and I saw there's a power line that runs on the opposite
farm there across the road, and I saw this winking red light just moving slowly along the top of the power pylons, and I thought, well, you know, helicopters, they do that kind of work where they string power lines, but they don't really do it at night. And it goes along like this, and I'm watching it, and I stop the bike, you know, and I'm watching, and then it stops and makes a right angle turn and comes right at me. I put on the wigwags on the bike, and it stops above me, and it turns on a light, and I'm going, where's the rotor wop? Where's the wash? Come on, the helicopter at 3,000 feet, you can hear it. This thing's like 300-400 feet above me. Shines this light on me, and I turned the lights on the bike on, and then turned them off, and then it winked the light off, and it just drifted out over the field.
What people don't know is that Hudson County, New Jersey, northern New Jersey is the #1 place in the country where they have the most UFO sightings.
Really? Northern New Jersey.
Look it up, Jamie, if you get a minute, please, not to be rude.
You don't have any access?
I don't. Honestly,
No?
I don't know.
Okay. So I have to ask you, does Tom talk about UFOs all the time?
Well, you know he's not in the band no more.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
And what's your response to that?
You don't know what I know.
Right. Well, what do you know, though, that they don't know?
I can't tell you some of the shit that I know. These UFOs fold space-time like this, and so it looks like, to them, they're going in a straight line. So if you're in the ship, you see that.
Mhm.
But if you're on the ground, you see that.
Okay.
That's why you see them blink off and on. A lot of those videos, they're on, it looks like they're jumping. It's just because of this.
So
they're
they have-
folding space-time. And I'll walk over there. Can I walk over there for a second?
Sure,
I'll show them
sure,
which one
sure.
it is.
Go ahead.
Is his mic on too?
Yeah.
So we can all talk to each other? And do your people get to...
But did he always do that?
He always did. We used to get loaded and just look out the bus window for what. And I used to do it with him as like, I don't know, it's kind of a bonding experience. It's like, if you wanted to show me bow and arrows, whatever,
Right.
and we're on tour together, of
Fuck
course,
it,
I'd sit
yeah.
there and like, check it out. So with Tom, that was his thing. Like, fucking, let's get high and look for UFOs. So we would, we just sit there and like stare out the bus window, look at UFOs. Or like, he would even go as far as when we were on tour, like, let's go and fucking look for Bigfoot. Whatever it was, and he would assemble a crew and they would go do it. But nothing has changed. He's still, the other day I talked to him, he's like, I'm on the way to the fucking White House, bro. And I don't ask any questions. I'd be like, as you should be, whatever. Like, let's fucking go.
As you should be.
Yeah.
But you are afraid of aliens, though, right?
Yeah, I'm afraid of a lot of things.
Is it true you have like a path mapped out in your house how to get out if the aliens show up? No, that's the rumor, man. That's what I heard. I heard you have a plan because I know you like to use game plans. So I figured you had an alien.
I know karate and I know jiu-jitsu. So the alien show up, I put a triangle choke on him, and I also have a katana. I have also a katana, a Japanese katana. So if they come, I can slice them apart. Like it's the best way to see someone who does it the best, and learn from it.
It's hard to do it right now because this floor is so slippery.
The human being that had produced the highest amount of force that I ever witnessed in my life is you, man, with your free. And I'm not saying this is the truth. I never seen a human being physically capable of hitting something with that much force than you.
Straight line, always straight.
That's why when you turn and you make that spin, like, I don't care who you are. If you Francis and Gandu, you hit that shit on the face, you gonna be dead. Like, not dead, but you're gonna be knocked out, man. Did you ever light up someone with that
There's a
particular?
video of me when I was 19 from a Taekwondo tournament making a guy fly through the air. Yeah.
Are you
it's
serious?
on YouTube. Yeah, Jamie.
Oh
Jamie
my
can find
God!
it.
Is he
Here.
okay now? Is he alive?
I don't know. Here it is right here.
Are you kidding me, man? Oh yeah, okay. See, no,
Yeah.
that was perfect.
And he just sailed through the air. That's terrible.
It's not good.
God. You got to pick your knee up. You have see, it's not bad, but you have an inherent flaw in your technique that probably was never explained to you.
This is what I do.
For 49, though, it ain't bad. That's pretty good.
It's not right. Just pick
I
your
wouldn't
knee
want
up.
to get hit by that.
Don't throw the kick until your knee's up high. Lift your knee up way high past your waist, and then throw the kick. Yes. Knee up first, and then don't look over your stomach. Look over your shoulder. Yeah, but knee first. Here, hold on. And look, right from here, watch.
Oh,
See the
son.
difference? Okay.
Damn. Even in the air. Even in the air, fucking Chuck Norris
No,
is
it's just, that's
blushing.
How you do it. I know. Lift your knee up and then kick. Watch. 1, 2. Okay, ready? See the difference?
I'm not mad at Joe's form at all.
1. No. Up.
Dude, I'd
and
love to
kick.
see an
Here, and
actual
twist.
taekwondo match between Callan and Rogan.
That's better.
I would just stare at their asses.
And then they had these little microphones, right? So with, I don't know, but fast. It was 5 guys, 4 or 5 guys. And they start fighting. And the guy that I knocked out constantly, because he would wake up, right? And everything went good and went good. But then I started realizing, wait a minute, these guys are going to come back up all the time, you know. This is going to come to an end. I got to get the hell out of here.
So you're knocking them down. So you're hitting them, they're falling down. Everyone that's coming at you, you're knocking down, but you're realizing you got to get out of here.
I had to get out of there. They looked at me and they all stepped back. So I go, whoa, they can see I mean business, right? But behind me is the whole police force outside because there were windows. So they throw me in jail, and because apparently one of those bouncers was a cop. And and I knocked him out, of course, also. But he never told me that he was a cop. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done that. Anyway, we're there. And this is actually a funny story. Because before this all happened, I'm talking to my wife. And I'm already tanked, right? And she says, why are you laughing? Why you have so much fun? I said, honey, I'm drunk. I'm having a lot of fun. She says, no, you're there with 2 Swedish blonde girls, huh? I said, honey, don't worry about it. You know me. If I'm drunk, you know, I don't care about anything. Especially not that. I just want to have fun. So after 2 days, they allowed me to give my first phone call. And I'm calling my wife, and she's freaking out. I said, honey, you got to be, okay, relax. I say, I got some good and some bad news. What do you want to hear first? She says, the good news. I say, I didn't fuck 2 Swedish girls. She says the bad news that I'm in jail. You think this is fun? She's going to hate me for this story because every time she says, you should tell us. You know, it's not funny. I think that's a hell of a story. I love that. Right? You can't write it.
Movie. He's reading the roll sheet, calling names, and he goes, Kamarud. Who's this kid? Who the fuck is this kid? And I'm like, that's me, coach. He's like, that's your name? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm not saying that because my whole full name is Kamarudin. And he's like, I'm not going to say that. Like, Kamarudin, I'm going to call you Marty. So, you know, for him to bring it up, I thought he was silly, but you know these fans want to, because Ben is a representative of the trolls. Like, most of the trolls look like Ben Askren.
If I can give you any advice, that's hilarious. Yeah. That is hilarious.
If you look at him from a skill set, Ben's not even worth waking up before like 10 a.m. in the morning. But I don't like this dude, man. Before my alarm goes off, I'm already awake. I want to break his fucking face, man. I want to break his fucking rib cage. And I don't want to knock him out early on. I just want to torture that guy, man. If I get the chance to torture him for 14 minutes and 50 seconds before I stop him, that's what I'm going to do, man. You know, I don't like the dude at all. I met him a long time ago. He's a fucking prick, man. I don't like him, man. There's not too many people that I genuinely dislike. He's one of them.
Game Bread is in the building, and these guys just flapping gums at each other. Any chance they get. The fight clock is
Flawless victory.
How did that scene come to play where you were with Hicks and Gracie?
Oh, because I studied Aikido when I was in college. But because of my interest in that for years, when we went to Rio, and I had been working on the script of that movie and stuff, and I was really interested in this idea that Banner is desperate for control, right? That he desperately needs to control his heart rate, his breathing, that it's a massive liability in his mind if he can't control his emotions and his adrenaline. And I was like, well, who in the world... And I'd seen the videos of Hicks. I'd never met him or any of them, but I'd seen the videos of him doing the amazing stuff with his stomach.
Yeah, the yoga.
And the breathing.
Fire breathing.
And I was like, I just was like, we have to. And everyone was like, who's that? I was like, I was like, Philistines. You're all Philistines. Like I was like, find me Hicks and Gracie and ask him if he'll do a scene with me in the movie, being the guy who's training Banner to like calm himself. And he was there, and he did it with us. Wow. And it was like, I was like,
So that's a very essential thing, which sometimes slip through people's fingers, and the priorities and the daily, and the payments, and so I put you in a role where I feel like if you tell me in the past what's the courage, what's the opposite of courage, I'm gonna say cowardness, because either you tough enough to challenge and to fight, or and then you coward and you chicken out. So that's in the past was like the opposite of courage. It's very hard to measure this in those days. And I believe the opposite of courage today is conformity. As people get conformed. Oh, I don't like my wife the way I used to like, but I'm never going to divorce because I'm afraid to lose my house. Or the situation is so established, so I'm going to keep... So I don't like this job, but I'm going to keep here because it's better than his. So in other hands, if you get caught on that kind of compromise to maintain because you're afraid to risk, that's keep you like one step behind from follow your heart, follow your ambition. If you're 18 years old, you don't think twice. The guy say, hey, let's go to Australia. You think, okay, let's go, boom. But when you're 50, you say, Australia, what am I going to do there? Maybe I'm going to... So it's different,
That's me.
And that's
kind of... paid or what? Where are we going?
Yeah, so that's kind of pretty much where keep you from be at your best. Because if you're willing to sacrifice, if you're willing to broke new challenges, if you're willing to... You in the stage of liveness and excitement and unpredictability who make you feel like you in heaven.
Well, I write letters to everyone that's close to me before every fight.
Really?
Yeah, and every time I come back alive from the fight, I burn them all.
Wow.
And so literally I'm training the 3 months that I'm training for a fight. I'm literally training not to die. And if you knew there was a possibility you were going to die in this certain area, most people would avoid it. But I have to walk there on my own will. And the stress level for me, I wish I could just take it lighter and say it's a sport. Every time after I fought, win or lose, I always felt like, shit, it's over, I'm alive. Because I was willing to die in the fight,
You were on death's door and recover from it and then put yourself back in risk.
Right. Yeah. Saying it like that, there's no justifying that other than I was in this sport that I really wanted to be in and stay in, and after the disease I wanted to go back to, and that was the landscape. And so you viewed it, you thought, okay, this is not ideal, but you asked the question, what am I really, knowing my health history, right, with cancer, with all that I went through, is going back to my sport and taking EPO a risk to my disease or to my health. And the answer to that, obviously, my answer to myself was no.
Joe, without a shadow of a doubt, none whatsoever, death is not the end.
You don't think so?
I know, Joe.
How do you know?
Because I've been dead.
Right.
Yes, I've been dead.
What about that experience cemented it in your head?
Like I said, it was the most peaceful, and I don't feel like it was the most most restful, I woke up laughing. I was, my wife said,
really?
I was overjoyed.
Yeah, man.
You still think about it?
Nah, see, because what happened to me was I woke up in the hospital and had emergency heart surgery like 98. So it was like, I was like, oh, I'm done smoking. What happened was I went to bed, I'm real tired, I'm not feeling good, went to sleep and woke up in Cedars like after surgery. It was my extreme fortune to live in a neighborhood that was the closest hospital was Cedars-Sinai.
Oh, nice.
And then it was also my Irish luck that the best heart surgeon in the world, who Dr. William Trento, who's chief of heart surgery over there, I think maybe even of all surgery, saw my case and told somebody else, you can't do that, I have to do that. And what I have in there now is a St. Jude's heart valve. It's a titanium heart valve. Like I tick like a watch, man.
Whoa.
Want to hear? Hold on.
Yeah.
Get real sensitive on this mug right here.
Oh my God. Holy shit.
Wow. But then my brother says this thing probably defined my life. My brother goes, he died screaming. And I go, what? And he goes, he died screaming. And I was like, I mean, is that a figure of speech? And he goes, no, he died screaming. And you could see my brother was haunted by it. And my father wasn't like I wouldn't say he was a butch man or a strong man, but he wasn't a soft man by any stretch of the imagination. And I never heard him get real loud or anything like that. And the notion of my father dying screaming changed my life, because I was like, even a good man in this world, you play the game, you play it straight, you play it by the rules, you do everything you're supposed to, you're going to die screaming. And at that point, I was like, there's no point in not trying to accomplish every stupid fucking dream I've got. Chase it all down. Chasing whimsy is what I've been doing for the last few years. But chase it all and do it all, because we're all going to die screaming.
And as I was laying there, I was like, oh my God, I got a lifetime. Like that's what it was. Nothing more, nothing fucking less. And I did some shit in it, and now it's going to stop, and people are going to go on without you. And that's not terrible. Like I thought I'd be fucking desperate to live. And instead, I had that weird, I understood what my mother said for the first time. Because I was laying there, I was like, oh my God, like I made it to the end. Like, this is it. This is the finish line. And it had been something that I was terrified of ever getting to. But then when really kind of faced with it, I was like, oh, like I'm done. Like, I'm not scared that I'm done. I'm actually kind of relieved that I'm done. And like, you know, fucking like, I didn't get killed and I wasn't home invaded. A shark didn't eat me. All the things that like I'd been terrified of my entire life, like I don't have to think about anymore. I made it to the end, and it's kind of okay.
At Olive Garden, we strive to bring you great food at great prices. You love our all-time classics, and you'll love our new-time favorites. But don't just take our word for it. Take it from real-life customers who eat at Olive Garden every day.
I went to the Olive Garden last night and had the best meal, because I went to the Olive Garden, and guess what? I'm not sitting there disappointed. I'm like, no, this salad is awesome. These breadsticks are awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome. Olive Garden, all you can eat pasta, and everything cost me $40. Like, they're perfected this shit.
Go to the Olive Garden.
When you're here, your family.
Hey,
hey.
So,
Right.
for example, one time I had talked to a friend about it. I said, you know, I heard something about some Xenu shit. She pulled me into Celebrity Center so fast, into a secured room, and she handed me my ass. She said, don't you ever say that word outside a secured room. I'm writing a knowledge report on you. She said, I'm writing a report on you. Swear to God. You never say that word out loud in a room that's not secured. Okay? And never say it
Wow.
again. So she wrote a report on
A
me.
knowledge report.
She wrote a knowledge report on me. I got sent to what's called ethics, which is like the Justice Department of celebrities, of Scientology. And they said, they brought me into another secured room because they have to get somebody who knows this information. And they said, never, ever say that, say this, never confirm it, never deny it, never give that information out ever. Just never discuss it. Just say, I've never heard of it. You sound crazy.
When I did SNL, I think it was the first season where he had just left, I think.
Oh.
Because I did it pretty much, probably if I had to pick a season, I would have been the one I did. Because you still had Carvey and you still had, you know, Hartman and Victoria Jackson, like the whole kind of group. I had to do it without cue cards because my father didn't want me to use cue cards. So I had to memorize all that stuff. Plus,
fuck, Dad?
Plus the skits that didn't even make it into the show. So I had to memorize like skits that didn't even end up in the show. Yeah.
What kind of shit is that, Dad?
Yeah, you know, like I said, I had a good memory, and he didn't want me reading, you know, because you can see it. You can see it when people are reading. And and he didn't want me doing that. So
Wow.
So no cue card, but also that means the other actors.
No cue card for them either.
Yeah, of course not. You know.
Oh, Christ.
So they had I'm sure my father made a lot of friends, like that weekend.
Well, that's fucked up. Like, how can he dictate whether or not the other actors get cue cards?
I don't know because because apparently he could.
So the Webster story. So I'm at one of these network junkets where you go to promote your show and stuff, and all the other actors and casts are there from their shows, and this little man, black kid, this tall, was just cute as could be, man. And just like, I put him on my knee and I started just playing with him and bouncing him around, and he was giggling and laughing and having a good time. And then, like, you know, I liked kids. I've always liked kids. So I laid the kid back and I blew like in his neck.
Zerbert.
Zerbert? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what Bill calls it. Bill Cosby.
I blew him a couple Zerberts, and he's like giggling like a little 4-year-old, right? And I put him away and let him go ahead now. I'm done playing with you. And somebody comes over and says, you know, he's 16, right? No way. We were the same age. We were the same age, man.
Oh my God.
And he didn't say anything. Zerbert? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's what Bill calls it. Bill Cosby.
I blew him a couple Zerberts, and he's like giggling like a little 4-year-old, right? And I put him away and let him go ahead now. I'm done playing with you.
He's like all the time, 24 hours. You call him up in the middle of the night. He's Dice Man.
Years ago, you go out on a first date. What'd you do? You made out with the girl a little. Maybe you got some side tit through her coat that you could tell your friends the next day. I go, this generation of women, when you go out on a first date, if you don't come all over her, she thinks you don't fucking like her. I go, I went on a second date with a girl. She goes, I didn't even think you were going to call because you didn't come on me. I'm going, honey, relax. I go, tonight it's going to be like I put your head under a fucking yogurt machine and pulled the nozzle. I go, that's what it is today, so why not be truthful about it and let people laugh over what fucking animals they've become?
I opened up for him for like 2-3 years.
Really?
Yeah, he picked me out of the comedy store. He came up to me, and at first he goes, you know what you should do? I said, what? When you go on stage, put a sock in your pants, and then you'll be like the comedian who's just got a big cock. And this is like my guy I looked up to, like, and he's telling me, and then I went home that night going, should I do that? Should I be cocky? So there was a part when they were kind of lighting De Niro and we're standing face to face, and he's looking at me and I'm looking right at him, and I wasn't going to say nothing. And then he comes in on my tie, and he goes, your tie needs to be tightened a little bit. And he cinched my tie. Oh, wow. He straightened out my tie. Wow. So, yeah, I had a wig. I didn't say nothing. They said, You're going to wear a wig? No problem. Scorsese was like, okay, there's a part where I'm going to go through a window. And he's like, okay, when you go through the window, and I'm like, oh, I'm going through a window? Because I knew there was a stunt guy involved.
Right.
But he's telling me that I'm going to go through the window, and I wasn't going to say I don't do windows.
Right.
You know, you want me to go through a window? I'll go through a window.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell Martin Scorsese, I'm sorry, I need a stunt guy.
Right.
But then they said, hey, Marty, there is a stunt guy here. He goes, oh, okay. So I was ready to go through the window.
Yeah, I mean, business does never encourage fine suits.
No pocket squares?
Occasionally you find a token pocket square, but you can tell their heart's not in it. The wife stuck it in there because she saw someone on TV that had a bit of razzle-dazzle about them, and they thought, oh, I quite fancy my old man wearing one of them. And they sort of stick it in. The old man's a bit embarrassed about it and tries to squeeze it out of the way.
It was a little pocket square, and Madonna came in to do the show, and the whole building was like electric. It was like, Madonna's coming. So I just walked into the dressing room, and I'm like, hi, Madonna, I'm Tom. She's like, nice to see you. And she walks up and she goes, this has got to go. And she took the pocket square out and tossed it.
You know why?
I was like, that's it. I'm not wearing it.
Because Guy Ritchie, her ex-husband, is a proponent of the pocket square. How did this Catch Me Outside girl? How did this happen?
Oh, God. But you know, more power to her. If she can turn into something positive, does she have talent? Have you ever heard any of her music? Or
No,
anything?
I have no idea. I've
Me
only
neither.
seen her on your show say
thank
"Catch
you.
Me Outside."
Yeah, appreciate you bringing that up.
Sorry.
I used to be upset by reviews until I saw who wrote them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's just like when you're young and you're new and you're reading it, you think that the guy who's writing it all badass. You'll think, oh, this
dude must look like Lemmy. He must be this hard ass guy. And
Yep.
and then you see a guy like, that guy wrote it. Oh, fuck him. And fuck everyone else who ever writes anything again. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Look at the fucking eyes in that thing, man. Shit. He's giving it a rat. Look at how stupid it is, too.
Yeah, right. It's an idiot. Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Look at him. Look at him. There he is. Look at this guy.
70-day aged. And like, what's the temperature when they age?
No, that's
like
seven.
That?
That's 7 months.
Excuse me, 7 months, not 70 days.
That's a premature child.
Once there were many tracks, guys would come in and just wing it and go, okay, let's try one. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, great, that's fine. Let's do it again. Track 2. And they just make it up as they go, okay? And then when it's time to mix, they'll put a little of track 2 and a little of track 6 and start moving those channels in a way that you would never think to play the guitar. For example, Ed started doing that on a couple of tracks, all right? Original solos, Running with the Devil, okay. These are thematic solos. Most Beatles solos, thematic, you follow?
Yeah.
Listen to the solo and Ain't Talking About These are thematic solos. When it started going like this, he'd record 6 different versions of the solos, okay? And then just start, move the channel. Like here, turn this one on, turn this one off, turn this one on, turn this one. And then he'd have to go learn the solo.
Wow.
So you'll see his hand move from down here to up here and down there. It became a gymnastic effort, more elbow and shoulder to get his hand from the far end of the fretboard all the way up to the pickup and back to duplicate that wabi-sabi approach to making solos.
The freakiest thing was I saw how it changed my inner world, meaning friends and family.
How so?
My step-grandfather, who was a World War II vet, very closed down, classic Eisenhower Republican type of guy, smart, you know what I mean, had literally zero interest in me as a kid. I mean, negative zero interest. And one day I'm sitting there at Christmas, and now Grandpa wants to talk to me about the economics of my success.
Whoa.
And it's like that got through to him because some guy at work or somebody at the church brought me up, and it was like, oh, that's my grandson, you know? Nothing about childhood, you know, childhood tears did anything, but that, you know, I saw where it warped the gravity in my family. And then you get the friend like, you know, you're different. It's like, yeah, I'm different. Of course I'm different. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, I've got $1 million in my pocket. You know what I mean? I could buy, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I one day walked into Beverly Hills and paid cash for a Ferrari. And it's just dumb stuff. Like,
that's kind of awesome, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
people don't like the idea of that.
No, I think it's funny, right?
It's amazing. You bought a Ferrari with money that you had on you. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and it was the classic story. I walk in, you know, the guy didn't know who I was.
Of course.
He's like, so how are you going to pay for this? And I was like, cash.
Like, he was the biggest person on the planet, and he had the demons. You know what I'm saying? But he's fun too, because you see him in a club and he sees some girls and he be like, "Hi, how you doing? You like BMWs?" The girls be like, "What? Do you like BMW? You like cars? You like BMWs?" And crazy, he'd take the girls out and go get a BMW.
We were talking about the power of women and how, you know, it never, no matter how much money you make and stuff, and women are always kind of in a rush, you know. And Mike Tyson said to Todd, he goes, "Man, I've had it all. I've had money, I've had fame, but if God invented anything better than pussy, he's keeping it for himself."
That's a man who one time I went to his house, and it was 6 limos, and nobody would get out the limo. And I said, "How come nobody's getting out the car?" They said, "You don't see that lion standing over there?" Mike Tyson had a lion in his front yard.
Like Hangover style.
That's the only man whose house I ever went over. There was a lion in the front yard, loose.
Wow.
And he was on the steps like this with a heavyweight belt.
What?
His head was
What? What?
How come nobody wants to get out the car and play with my cat? He was like, no, man, no, that's not a cat. That's a lion.
That's fucking real?
Oh my God.
Mike Tyson had a lion.
A male lion or a female lion?
Awesome. With a mane, a lion in his front yard, loose.
Holy shit.
It was walking, it was off the leash, man. It was not in the cage, it was in the yard.
Oh my God.
And then he came out and started wrestling with him. And
Oh my God. Damn, he
Lion.
wrestled. How big was the lion?
It was big, man. It was a lion, man.
He was wrestling with a lion.
Came over there and grabbed him and started tussling with him and all that.
Jesus.
And everybody was in the limousine, because a lion can come up to a limousine and bust the window open and come in there. I'm sorry.
Easy.
He could just go like this, boof, and come right in there
Yeah.
and just have lunch. So everybody was in the car. You couldn't back out because it was all like 5 limos. So everybody's in the car horrified, thinking that Mike is getting ready to be eaten by this lion, but that doesn't happen. He plays with him and he takes him in the back. Comes back out, and I was like, you know what? I'm never going to be around another man in life that's going to do that in front of me. and you know what I'm saying? Because to me, Mike Tyson is not a lion tamer. You ever hear about Mike working in Vegas? No, he just tamed lions. He had one in his front yard, man.
So I'm in prison. I'm talking to my car dealer at the time, and he has some cars that belong to a friend of mine that's both a friend of ours, and he's discussing if he doesn't pay for these cars, I'm going to sell these cars to somebody and get some horses and stuff. I said, what, you can get horses and trade horses in for cars? Because I had a lot of cars, so I said, I'll probably get some horses too. And he said, yeah, man, you get cougars, lions, tigers. I know this guy got exotic. I said, you do? Can you get me some tigers? He said, yeah. And the guy told me, and the guy said, man, imagine how cool that be you be, because I had a bunch of fancy cars. Imagine that, man, you be in an Aston Martin or a Ferrari and you have a tiger right next to you, man. That would be so awesome. And I'm a young guy. I'm in prison. I'm saying to myself, wow, that would be cool, right? I said, yeah, get me some cubs, man. And then when I came home, I had those cubs right there waiting for me.
So you raised them as cubs?
Yeah.
Because that's how you were. Because I would see footage of you like fucking smacking them around and jumping on one of your tigers, and I was like, holy shit.
Oh, no, I had them since they were babies. I had their mothers. Their mother since they were babies.
Now, did it ever get... This is a crazy picture. You in your underwear with a tiger on a chain. That is one of the...
That's the champ right there.
That's you at peak crazy.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
Tom, what was going through my mind? I don't know what made me think about... My friend said, Mike, you can get some awesome animals. And I'm saying, really? Are you serious?
And I remember the American team was saying, oh, well, you never fought the best. I'm like, didn't fight the best. I thought Americans said the best team. Yeah, but one guy, he doesn't like taking planes, and his manager don't like taking planes either. So I'm like, who's that? And they told me it was Mike Tyson, custom model. So me and my trainer, we left Canada, and we drove all the way up there. And while we were up there, Razor Ruddock was up there, and they said, oh, Razor Ruddock came, didn't spar with us. I said, okay, I'll spar with you. I'm here for 4 days. So first time Tyson actually met me, you know, he was a nice guy, really nice guy. He took me in his room, showed me some old flicks that I've never seen before of old-time fighters. He would tell me about each fighter, like he studied them. And then, you know, this is where he got his old style, his style of fighting from. And first day in the gym, Bell went. He came across and he was trying to kill me. Like, you know, I did my Muhammad Ali thing. Obviously, stayed away from his power. But the first day was really hectic, and then the second day was a little hectic, and it got better as it went along. And then the last day is I got actually the better of him the last day, and I remember Customato saying, "Mike, you're gonna meet him someday. Don't you do that?" And that always echoed in my mind that will we ever fight? Will we ever fight? Because Customato said that we're gonna fight. Wow. And it did happen.
Wow, that is crazy, man. God, that's crazy.
He was built back then too. He had a big neck.
Tyson, when I first had him, he was 190 pounds, nothing but muscle, 12 years old. Okay, that's what he was. But that's what he was. I mean, that's what God made him.
That's
so
crazy.
So I go down there and I put the first fight. Nobody's seen Tyson. Nobody's ever seen Tyson. But 12 years old, 0 fights. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Teddy, now you go too far. You lie more than us. Nelson, I'm not lying, okay? He's 12 years old. He's going to be 13 soon, but he's 12 years old, okay? Oh, come on. I said, all right, I'll make you feel better. I'll put down 17. Thank you. Now you tell the truth. I say he's not 17.
He bit a chunk out of your fucking ear.
Right.
Like, what? What were you thinking at that time?
biting him back. I'm serious. I was getting ready to bite the daylights out of him. A week after that, I talked to Mike. We was at the All-Star basketball game in New York, and I looked up, and everybody was streaming, and I wonder what they were streaming about, telling me to watch out. I'm like, watch out for who? I looked up at Mike, and he had this big bear coat, and he like this.
He had a big bearskin coat?
You know, he had a
big fur coat?
Yeah, big fur coat and stuff like that, and he wouldn't do nothing but shake hands. And
wow.
And
a week after.
Matter of fact, his room was next door to mine, and I didn't know. we came out, we come out at the same time. He looked. He asked me, "Is it all good?" I said, "Yeah." So we get on the elevator together.
Whoa!
And we come down when the door opened. Everybody was shocked. So they were shocked, wondering why we wasn't fighting.
Right.
And
it was just you two in the elevator, or other people as well?
Yeah, that's
just you two in the elevator.
Yeah. So,
wow.
And so at the shocking part, and they said, man, we thought they would be fighting. And I told the guy, I said, man, you know how much money I got paid in that fight? How much money can you think we gonna fight for free?
Do you work out anymore?
Nah, man, I keep away from that stuff, man.
You don't even like
all that stuff,
spin class or anything?
No, all that stuff reactivates my ego.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When they get ripped and all that stuff, they reactivate it.
That's the thing about like extreme winners. Yeah. Extreme winners, that ego is hard.
Yeah, and if I activate my ego, I'm gonna lose in life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose in this cannabis. I'm gonna lose everything.
What if you like go jogging? Can you go jogging?
Nah, I do my treadmill work and stuff.
Oh, okay, treadmill. That's it. But
if I start to think that I'm special, if I get a glimmer of that thing, say, hey, whoa,
yeah.
Look at you. You're better than them.
I saw a video of you hitting the bag recently. It was like a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You still hit the bag?
Not anymore,
you still throw some bombs?
I do probably for the camera and
yeah,
stuff.
that's what you were doing. But I'm like, damn, you can still move. You still have it in you, right?
I don't know.
But it's in your body.
It has to be in. I don't want no one to do that.
Does it feel weird? What I was going to get to, if you were standing in front of that heavy bag and you start rattling off combinations, and you start thinking like, oh shit, I'm actually Mike Tyson. Like I was that guy. I am that guy who went through that. I am the youngest heavyweight champion of all time. I am that guy that destroyed Tyrell Biggs. I am that guy that knocked out Larry Holmes. I'm that guy. Like
I look at that guy. Weird. I look at that guy as somebody that's giving me a platform to help me forget about that guy.
Wow. So it's so strange to hang out and talk to him. Like party, he's so iconic that whenever you're around him, there's like 10% of you that has to go, holy shit, it's Mike Tyson. No matter what else you're saying, 10% of your brain is going, holy shit, that's Mike Tyson. You know, I've been thinking about this podcast a lot, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the things I've been thinking about is I appreciate the fuck out of everybody listening. And we do try our best to make this as interesting as possible and as smooth and professional as possible. But I got to admit that I've been too stressed out about this. I've been taking it too seriously. I mean, taking it seriously in a good way, whereas we improve the sound. We got a real mixer. We're sitting on couches and shit. And we're going to get better cameras. There's a part of it that's really fun, but there's a part of it that wasn't fun. And I don't think that should exist. I don't think I should ever get too serious about this. This is for people who are working, who are being distracted, that just want something because they're doing mindless shit. This is for people that are driving in their cars and, want something to listen to. This is for people on the train. This is for people at the gym. Whatever the fuck. It's for you guys, all right? We've done this for 100 episodes now. Give me some knuckles. We've had a good time. Red Band and I have... We've more than surpassed our expectations. I never had any going into it. I don't think you did either.
No, never thought it would be like this. I thought this was actually going to last a month.
And if we take it too seriously, you stop being yourself, and it starts being like this professional thing that you're trying real hard to do. And I think I've fallen prey to that. Listen, you guys have been cool as fuck. You've been with us, some of you, from the very beginning, and that's ridiculous. I can't believe you stuck out this long. We can't believe how many people enjoy the show. We love doing it, and there's nothing more I can say. It should just be a weekly fun thing, like it or not, for anybody who's like-minded or anybody who's interested in some sort of a distraction from someone who's not like-minded. And I don't necessarily. I'm not saying I agree with this because I don't.
Drink some more apple juice.
Get some apple juice in your system, fella. Okay, 30 more minutes.
I see you want to give up. You're going to be a steak, though.
Dude, I'm fine, man.
I'll go for hours. Look, here's the thing.
Be fine. Listen,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded. In that, what I pull up, just type in Alex Jones to YouTube. All the mean stuff's put up on top. I'm decompartmentalizing.
Okay, but
this will be studied for years.
So what?
So the aliens are already here. AI is alien. The chimeras are alien. And I also think, as I do in plants, I think it's a brain surgery program for microchips. And so I'm hearing, and my Carol's like, David, I'm sick of these people, and you've already done so much for this government. You're not going to be, I want you out of this. So this is like, 7, 8 years old. You're not hearing about you're hearing about the cyborgs. So I'm saying no, no, no. I believe it happened. Stop saying I said it didn't happen, and stop saying that I'm saying no kids died, because I want to talk about human-animal hybrids. When I had the globalists 15 years ago, 20 years ago, try to buy me off $10 million a year, whatever.
By the way, cheers.
Here, cheers, brother. Anyway.
Jesus Christ.
So, Joe, that's what I'm telling you is, were you at the kitchen table when you were 8 hearing about cyborgs? Listen, here's the deal. Right here. You've got a total schizophrenic that thinks the sun is following him around town and thinks their dog is watching him and works for the aliens. That's not happening. You've got someone over here that believes everything they see on Fox News.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Now, questioning's good. Science is good, trying to figure out what's real.
Yes.
And all of us get freaked out, the nature of the world. No one knows what the universe is. We don't have all the answers. So people can't handle that bigness. They can't handle that question, especially low IQ. So they have to differentiate and create a model that allows them to put it in boxes so they can make it make sense, because they can't handle it.
Listen, you got mad at me because we didn't communicate.
You know all this stuff I know. You're even better at saying it. And then you sit there because you can't handle it, and you sit there and you dole it out.
It's not that I can't handle it. There's two factors. One, I don't have any time. I don't have enough time to go into it as much as you do.
You asked why I flipped out and got mad at you? That's it right there. Every time I bring up a fucking subject, you know all about it.
I don't know all about this.
You fucking know all about this shit.
I don't know all about this.
Bullshit. You're a smart guy. You saw the governor of Virginia say, we keep babies alive after they're born and kill them, right?
Well, I didn't see that.
We keep them comfortable.
But I am very...
Where'd you go crazy?
Finding posts about this, but it says that it's been taken out of context. So
what is that, Media Matters?
No,
what did he say? Or Snopes?
Huffington Post says that. Snopes says it's mostly false.
Huffington Post.
Snopes said.
So what you're saying is a lot of this censorship.
Joe, I will give $1 million. I don't have $10 million.
The infant would be kept comfortable. The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired.
Because sometimes they deformed. Sometimes they deformed. Well, we didn't keep them, but they're comfortable. And so, but if you kill them right on the spot, they're like, why are we wasting this 7 pounds of meat? We consider the baby dead. The mother decided it didn't live. If she decides we resuscitate and it lives, but it didn't resuscitate, its flesh, it's a legalese, it's passed into a special ward with doctors that make a few million a year, and the little flesh ball is kept alive and comfortable until all the orders come in, the planes land, and they take the organs, then they take the blood, and they take the skin, Joe. You see how it works? Now
Dude,
you know
you're freaking
why.
me out with his voice.
No, but see, it's a Southern loving voice. The left's all, compassion.
You're right.
We can't hurt anyone's feelings. We're helping arrest Falun Gong and sell their organs, but we're Google.
Alex, talk to me. You're right.
And this is the real research that I have heard, that I have talked to Army generals, commanding generals, major generals, generals, CIA, everybody. And then they create this synthesis. You have to know the darker elements of the criminal networks that are inside our government are actually running Mexico as a laboratory test. Because they know Native Americans are gung ho and they're tough and they're ready to fight. And I'm part Native American, only like 6% Comanche, and Texas, and just that little bit makes me wild.
Yeah.
And so they can get them because they're powerful, they're smart, they're neat, they're cool, but genetically they go into groupthink really, really fast. And so Native Americans you can mind control really fast.
Why is that?
So there's not just one type of intelligence.
Yeah. For sure, yeah. Well, there's tests that you can run in terms of mathematics, but there's no real tests you can run in terms of social
Real
intelligence.
test is psychic connectivity, and they've proven the DNA is a transceiver. And so my skill is, that's why I'm usually kind of like almost autistic, is I'm just being constantly, like everything's going on. But then if I actually focus in, I can like figure out the exact enemy operation. That's why they're really pissed. The reason the globalist, well, if you want to get the secret of Hitler?
No, but I'm saying,
you want Hitler's secret?
But hold on a second.
She cooked 3 meals a day.
Can I stop you? What are you saying that he's like crashing economies and what?
When I was a kid watching PBS, and maybe they were lying, maybe he's great. George Soros was an international currency speculator who overthrew governments. You know,
NASA.
Eddie,
I'm going to make you regret wearing this fucking shirt.
Listen, in high school, we used to choke each other out. That's like a DM teacher. Go ahead and choke me out on air.
No, please don't.
That would be hilarious.
Please don't.
I'm not scared. Let's do it.
No, Eddie, don't.
Do it.
Please
Let's do
don't
it.
choke him unconscious.
Do it now. I'm not afraid. Let's go.
He can't do it.
You know, you think I'm afraid of this? Let's do it.
No, I definitely don't think you're afraid of this, which is why I don't want him to do it.
You know what? Let's not be pussies. Choke me out.
Have a seat.
You better choke me out.
Alex, please. Please have a seat.
We used to do it in high school.
I know you did. You told me. You grab each other and you fall down and hit your heads.
Listen, we're going to get to this next, and I respect you.
Hey, I want you guys to yell at each other for 3 minutes while I go pee.
I got to pee too.
Okay. Ezzy, don't talk to yourself. Just hold. We'll do it in shifts.
We'll do it in shifts.
I'll go first.
You know,
I wore this as a joke for you.
No, of course. Alex, this is
I
what
will
we'll
get you
Can
a
you give me
50-ton
Can you
ship
give me 20 seconds
with an entire crew that you're in command of?
Go pee, man. Go pee. Don't you have to go?
We're gonna send someone else, Alex, but we're gonna do this.
Hey,
'Cause you know what? We're gonna do this. I don't have to be the one that goes.
I gotta pee in a minute.
I don't have to be the one that goes.
I gotta pee in a minute.
That's
they're,
you
they're
too.
normalizing it. No, the governor. Listen to me.
Do you really think there's people out there campaigning for late-term abortions? You think that shit's real? You think that shit's real?
Voted Monday to keep it legal.
Who would do that? Who would do that? Who would campaign for? That's
They
the most.
fucking did it,
That is
Bravo,
the craziest
and
shit
you
ever.
can't fucking admit they're fucking killing already born kids. So you're telling me it isn't real when they had a fucking vote in the goddamn fucking Senate?
That's
What
a
the
conspiracy
fuck?
theory.
I am ready to beat your
That's a
fucking ass
conspiracy
against your
theory.
legs. You think you're fucking tough? You're about to get it. Bullshit! They're killing already born babies. Stop fucking lying. God fucking damn it. I'm getting pissed now. You heard that piece of shit fucking KKK guy, fucking governor, say we're gonna keep them alive after they're fucking born because they want to fucking take their organs.
It's incredible.
He's a KKK guy?
It's incredible.
Of course, fuck.
It's so incredible that
He's in a picture with a guy in a KKK outfit in blackface. They elected him because he's blackmailed. They had that shit. And when he messed up and said we keep them alive to get their fucking organs, they used that to deactivate him.
Jeez.
Why do you think fraternities have you screw sheep and all this and, give guys blowjobs? That's why I never joined them. Because they want to compromise.
Wait, go back. What?
When you get choked out, you go somewhere, you have a little dream, and then you come right back.
It's like DMT.
So,
like what kind of shit?
They didn't tell. Let me tell you, you get killed for this stuff, Joe. Why do you think they want me off the air? Because when I finally figured this out, because I never touched aliens, I kind of knew the whole thing already. It'd be the biggest documentary in history. It only costs like $1 million.
Okay, let's do
it. To get a 50,000-ton big ship and to have it circumnavigate the planet. Okay. And you will be there with GPS.
No. I'm not going to be there. Fuck no. We're going to get someone to represent me there.
No, don't end the podcast. I want to keep going.
I got to pee. I'm not going anywhere.
I got to pee too.
You got to pee again?
Let's
do you guys take turns?
Let me go first.
And I know why you question because you're not a psychotic demon person.
Thanks.
So you go back thousands of years, Merlin, the archetypal, or these magicians or these wizards are taking drugs in these temples and interfacing with these palantirs, these crystal balls, which aren't really crystal balls. It's their psychic focus of an interdimensional connection while they're on drugs, looking into glass, to then be able to see the future and understand what's happening to give them temporal power over this planet.
True or false? The Mayans smoked penis blood.
They did.
See?
Well, what they did was...
You thought I made that shit up?
I did. I thought you were just being silly.
The high priest didn't
that's
kill
true.
themselves, but they took long lines of leather, jaguar leather, and it had nails on it, or it had like spiky things, glass, and they would put it in their genitals. Only the most skilled priest, the high priest, while they were sacrificing people for hours, taking hallucinogens. would like not try to cut his testicles off, but only the most skilled would sit there and draw them through their
And
testicles.
they would smoke the blood so that they could see, so that they could talk to their ancestors.
The lower priest,
Seriously.
the lower priest would then put
talk to their ancestors.
They would put it on sacred leaves, and then they would smoke the genital blood of the high priest. And then consciousness in the universe is an interdimensional spacecraft beyond that looks like a comet from my research. And it has its head, it has its corona.
That's consciousness?
Consciousness. It carries evil in the tail end.
So consciousness has a location?
No, there is this giant consciousness that's God.
Okay.
Swimming in a giant system of survival of the fittest that God has created to test God's self.
Okay.
And it looks like a comet. So you got God's conscience and all the good things, the knowledge going forward, but God knows that everybody has to be tested. So the tail goes out. And at the end of the tail is basically evil. That's why Christ says, "Get behind me, Satan." And it's always trying to test God and infiltrate up into it to sabotage it. Consciousness in the universe is an interdimensional spacecraft beyond that looks like a comet from my research. And it has its head, it has its corona.
That's consciousness?
Consciousness. It carries evil in the tail end.
So consciousness has a location?
No, there is this giant consciousness that's God.
Okay.
Swimming in a giant system of survival of the fittest that God has created to test God's self.
Okay.
And it looks like a comet. So you got God's conscience and all the good things, the knowledge going forward, but God knows that everybody has to be tested. So the tail goes out. And at the end of the tail is basically evil. That's why Christ says, "Get behind me, Satan." And it's always trying to test God and infiltrate up into it to sabotage it. I have like dreams that are like 20 years long, like you talk about DMT, where I'm a farmer and like it's like 500 years ago, and I'm just like planting things and eating food and like putting my kids to sleep and like, you know, cutting trees down and like walking around. I have dreams where I'm just like normal and just being a normal person.
The side effect, they believe, of making them...
See, Joe's done it. That's what the people say, see stars. Yeah. That's why the Luciferians said, "Oh, Hollywood stars," because they'd seen the stars. Like each star is like a whole data bank. And I remember like some dude choking me and like guys are like, some dude's like pulling a knife out and you see that knife pulling out. You're like, and like, and at that point, you see everything. For only those minutes when everything's clear, it's like
survival motions.
But then you see like the wars and the attacks and the submarines and the spacecraft, and like it's like when you dial into that, it's like total war. It's like one time, like I remember this one time, they choked me out, and also it was like a black knight with a sword goes and like attacks me on this horse, and then like it went. And then I was like in England thousands of years ago, and I had this wife and these kids, and it was a whole lifetime like taking care of them and like growing food, and like a kid starved to death and died. And it was like just those moments were like whole lives, dead kids, everything. That's what I'm saying. Like you dial into all those ancestors, and it was like my kids and kids starving to death and like people attacking us.
So you think all that information from your ancestors somehow or another encoded somewhere in your body?
It's definitely encoded, Joe. So you want to talk about what the real controllers of the Greys are? It looks like Sauron.
Have you ever had a significant head injury? You have? What happened to you? Somebody pile drived you?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? How old were you?
I was about 13.
13.
14.
Somebody pile drived you in your head. Did it change your personality?
I got up and punched him in the throat, and they had a tracheotomy. I almost died.
Wow. So this guy pile drived you on your head when you were 13.
Yeah. And then
what did it do to your personality?
And then I had to fight his whole family. Well, fight most of his family. It was a game changer.
Did it change? But do you have any significant change from that head injury? Sometimes when people have head injuries, especially, it seems like young people.
Stuff just got better after that.
Really?
Oh,
a lot of. That's pretty good.
It was like that thing in England last year where the guy comes in with tattoos, a big beard, and it was in the police report. The guy had like a foot-long cock. And he goes, "Do a cervix exam."
What kind of police report is this?
And the nurse said, "Sir, I don't see a vagina." And it was in the report. The man had a foot-long dick. And I remember sitting there in that parking lot, walking across, and I said, well, if you're such big men, kill me now. And it wasn't, and my wife's like,
He's like, slow down, we're not going to kill you. We're just going to
I'm
beat
trying
you
to
up.
act tough.
Okay.
They're saying, hey, you white hooker whore, we going to kill your ass.
I want to end this show on a positive note.
No,
I gotta
I'm not
pee
against
again.
black people.
I know you know. No one's saying you
1%
are.
of black people are like that. Let me ask you this, because I've been talking way too much. In closing here at the end of this transmission, we should talk about a lot of things, a lot of notes I have here. But the point is that tobacco was amazing.
Let me just tell you, this was a fun fucking podcast. It was fun. This is what I wanted people to see.
Well, then there's nothing to worry about.